Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As with you always, yes, I'm back. Glad to be with you guys. I can't thank you guys enough for being here and so on. You know what? It's a fresh new start, and oh man, the outpouring that you guys have given has been absolutely amazing. Let me just double check to see if I can hear myself on the screen. I can. I definitely can. You guys rock. I haven't had a chance to catch up on all the DMs and all that stuff. I promise you guys will get a proper DM in regards to everything. But you know what? This is going to be positivity. Everything that has recently transpired is in the background. It's not going to be a show about you know what. It'll be done in the form of DMs. I'm not going to blast it all over social media and create a fudge show or anything like that. So with that said, welcome back. Welcome to my new home, which is your new home. Mi casa es su casa. And you know what? Nothing but good vibes, good energy here. And I just want to state, I love you guys. Flat out, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And we're going to get back into the rhythm of things. We're going to be talking about, ISO 222 related cryptos, obviously ISO TC 307 quant. We're going to talk about some JASMY. We're going to talk about all the things we normally talk about. We're going to talk about utility, future generational wealth. And I want to state this, all right? Basically, I'm going to get into the comments here in a brief moment, but I want to state this. Just kind of like what I did with my kids in the classroom type of thing, right? So just a few basic rules, and that is this. Nothing too crazy, right? Still the same thing you guys were used to in the past. I want to state this. I of course love super chats. We're not going to be able to have super chats, for a while, but I want to state this. So if you want to throw in the future like a super chat, or I think maybe in the next few days or week or something like that, we'll have a QR code or whatnot. I'll figure that out later. I'm not really sweating that. But what I'm saying is, if you drop like, I don't know, $5, $100, whatever the case be, and you're like, but I want, Max, there's a stipulation behind this. I want you to check out this meme token. I'm just going to be honest with you guys, and for all newcomers, this is not the platform to do that. Okay. Anything you guys want me to look more into, I'll be more than glad to look into. If you've been part of our community for the longest time, I will help, you as much as I can, right? And the way I look at, you're helping me by being back on this platform. So, nothing but good vibes, positive energy is what we have here. And I'm ecstatic. I am so ecstatic to have a fresh new start and have this overwhelming positive energy. So, you know what? You guys deserve to have your comments recognized and so on. I'll state this. Please smash that like button. Yes, smash that like button. And if you haven't done so before, a lot of you guys are subscribed. Go on your phone, pull up the channel like you normally do. If you see that bell notification right next to where it says like, hit that bell notification, okay? Another thing, in the chat, you'll notice a little thing where you get the hearts, or you can hit the guy with his, Home Alone looking face, or any of that stuff, parties. All that stuff helps with the YouTube algorithm. We got a lot of rebuilding to do, but you want to know something? Whether we have 10 people here, 100, whatever the case be, you guys rock. We're a community of researchers. We've always have been. And we come together and we share content. So just like how it was before, right? We have sideline reporters. You guys can also be a sideline reporter. And what I mean by that is, from now on, here on out, okay? I haven't got with Edward Vincent. I'm sure he's okay with it. But when I make a live show, you will be tagged in the description. So right now, currently speaking, it's Mike Cornwell. And for this show, it was Edward Vincent. I got to double check with Edward. If you want to be consistently tagged, you'll be recognized as, hey, this means that this person is a sideline reporter. And the beautiful thing about it is it helps build up your Twitter. And on top of that, it helps with anything we need to share. So, be part of the community. Welcome to our community. Smash that like. Let's get into the comments, for crying out loud. Enough of me talking. Let's recognize some of you guys. Let's start off with the first comment of the day. It comes from the one and only Ahmed. Heck yeah, Ahmed. Man, I said, you know what? Remember, I said, go on news channel. If Ahmed ain't there, I don't know what I'm gonna do, right? Ahmed, thank you, man. We love you, brother. Thank you for being here, man. Really appreciate you guys. Let's see how we're doing the likes real quick. We're at 28 likes, 27 people watching. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for that. Look at this guy right here, man. Mr. Dingy, aka Daniel. Welcome back. I saw it a couple of days ago, man. You're like, you posted, I think it was in a Clearpool video. And I might do some Clearpool videos from here on, once in a while. I still believe it and so on. But thank you so much. Also, Ahmed smashing that like. Dingy says Crypto Hulk was sick. Cough, cough. That's funny. Yeah, some comments I may skip. So, you have another comment after that. I just don't want to show any type of I'm putting all that in my rear view. You know what I mean? OG Crypto, Mr. Gangsta's back. Yes, thank you for being here, Mr. OG Crypto. We love you, man. Appreciate you being here. Wadi the Crypto Hunter, I talked to you earlier today. I really appreciate the support, brother. Thank you so much. I look forward to, collaborating with you and so on. I just want to state this. Sean the Crypto Smith has beat everybody to the punch. He has reserved his seat as being the first to come back here. But yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll have, other things going on. Of course we will. What am I talking about? All right. Let's also welcome Le Grand Commission. Maybe I missed his comment from earlier. Mr. Le Grand Commission. Oui, merci beaucoup. That's not changing, right? Glad to have you back, man. Oh God, are you kidding me, man? Tim Shea is in the house. The Mayor of Crypto, the Crypto Commissioner representing the 589th District of the XRP Army, his fellow constituents. Thank you so much, Mayor Crypto Commissioner Tim Shea. Appreciate you, man. Really do. All right, we're also going to welcome a few more of you guys. Oh my God, God bless you, Sobo. I got your message from the previous website and didn't have a chance to respond. And knowing that, I got your number. I do plan on finally giving you a call. That's a promise, and I plan on keeping that. Looking forward to talking to you sometime. It means a lot that you're here. I just want to state that. I always, what happened to Sobo? Sobo is back. Thank you. A fellow educator as well. Here's a dab. Here's a hug, if you will. E-hug all around. You guys rock. God bless you. All right, let's see here. Mr. Brian Dowie, let's go. Max, you effing left. Mr. Brian F. Dowie, thank you for being here. Brian, man, thank you. Like the OGs are all up in here. Really appreciate you guys. We're going to get into some of the crypto here in a bit. We have a great turnout already. 34 people on this turnout. It's really humbling. It really is. But you want to know something? It ain't about me. It's about our community. Shout out to Le Grand Commission. He always said a long time ago, you don't have the community, you don't have squat. He's absolutely right, 100%. Again, another dab to LeBron. Let's see here. What else? I feel naked without my big wrench. So before the show started, I don't know if you guys noticed, I already given you guys wrenches. Some of you guys have like not just moderator, but you might have like one level up. There's a reason for that because you don't want a situation where, I'm just saying, like something happens and you guys like, man, I can't do nothing because I only have this level status. So by all means, some of you guys like Tim Shea, LeGrand, I think Brian Dowie, you guys know who you are and so on. Whoever needs to have a wrench that didn't give a wrench, please do it while the show goes on. Before we just have a nice little flow. I know we're welcoming a few people and so on. And we're going to get into the show a bit. There's some people that might not even know about this show. I don't even know if he's here tonight. I mean, one guy that stands out for me is like, Jack Thompson. I hope that he could find the show and the channel. There's some other people. I mean, hopefully Patrick Collier's in the comments. I mean, there's a lot of guys, right? So, yeah, let's read a few more comments. OG Crypto, well, a new beginning then. Yes, it's a new beginning, absolutely. And I don't care if there is some kind of offer to jump back to the other one. I'm done with that. No, this guys, I'm promising you flat out, this is the new home. I'm putting all that stuff in my rear view, and I don't even want to make it a show about that. Let's just make it a show of good, positive energy moving forward. And anything you want to talk like in regards to a DM off of the show, we could talk about that. But this is a good, new beginning, as OG Crypto said. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna read a few more of. Sorry about that. I got muted for a second. I fixed it though. I'm gonna review a few more of your comments. Let me just double check that it didn't get too muted. There we go. I double checked the other screen. We're good. All right. So let's see here. Crypto Hulk says that's funny. You're welcome, Tim Shea. All you guys, absolutely, Stobo. I mean, you guys are good people. We know this community we have. We're good people. We all have the same. I would say the same vision for the most part. I mean, I might not be investing on the same coins and tokens you guys are, but we're a collective group of researchers. We want to learn more, and we strive for that. That's what excites us. And you want to know something? We're friends. We hang out with each other. It's just a great community we have, and I feel so blessed and so excited to have you guys here. For some of the people who just want the crypto news right now, we're going to get into it. I promise. It is going to be a crypto show. And you know what? It ain't going to be a quick, 1 hour. I got a lot of material I want to get into. I got a lot of catching up to get into. I know some of you guys are saying, hey, Max, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? You got to keep in mind, you got to give me a chance to get back in swing of things. But boy, oh boy, you better believe your sweet aunt. I'm going to get back into the swing of things. I'm going to put out content like crazy. At the end of the day, I'm a content creator. I want to put out content. That's all I've ever wanted to do, right? I'm going to do that again. And I look forward to doing that again. And I really look forward to some of you guys, some of the love that you shared and, sharing out the content. You have no idea how much that means to me. All right, let's see here. Who's Sonia? Yeah, okay. You guys having a good laugh. That's good stuff. GT, you made it, man. You made it. Glad to see you, GT. Mr. Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the house from Predator. Welcome back. Oh, man, I've been waiting to say this for a couple days now, all weekend long, my friend. Welcome back to the one and only, and let's blast out all the darn windows in the house. The one and only Boomer Effing Sooner. Yes, thank you, man. I love you, Boomer. Boomer Effing Sooner. He's at the 50, he's at the 40, he's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Boomer Effing Sooner. Let's go. Yes. All right. There's the Queen looking lovely. I remember that avatar. That's a good avatar, Sonia. All right, let's see here. You flipped on the game and Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing. Must have gotten hurt. Oh, no, that's not good. That's off to a bad start for the Jets. Jeez. I didn't mean to skip anybody's comments. If I did, that's not on purpose. Hey, man, let's welcome back Selmo Mafo. Brother Selmo, man. I appreciate that DM that you sent me, man. I can't thank you enough, Selmo. Really. God bless you as well, man. Thank you for your support. Brother Selmo Fudd, thank you, man. We also got XXI Gaming. Are you kidding me, man? I was like, where is XXI Gaming? XXI, thank you for being here, my friend. I'm gonna tell you flat out, everything I mentioned before in regards to future meetups and all that stuff. You and I, man, we gotta play some of that Madden, some of these other games in the future. NBA 2K, all that stuff. I'm so looking forward to it, man. XXI, God bless you, brother. Thank you for the support. I really, really mean that. Thank you. All right. Crypto Mike is in the house. Are you kidding me? Obviously, we talked before the show, but thank you, Crypto Mike, for being here. Mr. For Shizzle, whatever. Right? I haven't seen that one for a while. Another Cornwell, Josh, JC the Man is here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here, Josh Cornwell. We're also, give him a follow. I think he's at like 100 subs or something like that, but you know what? Give him a follow, man. Times it by 6, you'll be up to me, my friend. How about that, Josh? Right? Anyway. All right, let's see here. Everyone go like with all your accounts. Let's get this rolling. Yeah, I would appreciate it. I mean, I know we're at 36 likes as we speak. Please, whoever's hitting that emoji thing on the right side, thank you for doing that. It really helps. Thank you, Max. Do my best. Absolutely. Hopefully you saw the last DM I sent you back. Yeah, you guys rock, man. All right. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Welcome back to this guy. Are you kidding me? Jeff Pruden, man. Welcome, man. It's all in a rear view, isn't it not? Is it not? Yeah. Jeff, I'm glad to see you back, man. You called that a long time ago, and I'll just leave it at that. Welcome back, man. For real. Welcome back. Brian Riley is in the house. My God. Hi, Max and gang. Well, I expected you to be back, Brian Riley. Again, I can't really do it, but this is for you, my friend. See, I can't do it too well. But, Brian, good to see you, man. I really appreciate you being back, especially. And we have some JASMY content for you guys and so on. We'll get into it in a bit. Z Critical Fisherman, what up, Max? Jeff Prudent in the house, Mr. Big Z. Thank you, thank you. Welcome back, guys. Give Jeff Prudent a welcome back too, man. Awesome. Kalo Maraquin, welcome back. We love you, Max. Hey, right back at you. If you happen to know people that might not be aware of the new channel, by all means, let them know. Not everybody uses Twitter. I get that. But, you know, it's going to kick it all in. All right. Yeah. You kidding me? Yeah. This way, whatever way you want to do it, right? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. LeGron, hit the like. Brittany, did I have not a chance to properly welcome you? I don't think I did. Brittany, thank you so much for your ongoing support. You know, I love you, girl. Thank you. All right. I mean that. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Let's see here. April Cornwell. You know, like she always said, hey. We're going to get into some of this in a bit. I know it's about 15, 16 minutes, but, you know, come on, guys. We talk about supply shock, price shock, and all that. We've had some shock. So I just want to make sure I welcome some of you guys. You guys deserve all the love and respect and support. I just want to make sure you're recognized. You deserve to be recognized. Cash Cats is in the house. Maximus, Fire. Hey, Cash Cats. Thank you for the well wishes and the DM and the thoughts and prayers, man, and even for my dad and stuff like that. Thank you for that. It really means a lot, Cash. Don't ever change your avatar, man, because I always remember you like that. But I always will remember old Cash Cats anyway. But you know, you're always the guy with the Ron Paul avatar. So I like Ron Paul anyway. All right, let's see here. See if there's any other comments. We're gonna get further down. Smart QR codes are probably the best way to go. Yeah, I'm gonna get a proper banner up here. You'll see when I'm sharing stuff. I got all the basic stuff. I don't have all the bells and whistles and all that stuff yet. So there you go. You get Mr. Brian Dowie and all those guys going. All right, it's fine. You know, at the end of the day, guys, be yourself, have a good time. You know, we're not a bunch of prudes or anything like that. So I want you guys to feel comfortable here. And I appreciate that. Z says, Jeff Pruden, we are all here for you, Max. We've been saying this for years. Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't done this for 2 straight years yet. It's coming up, but I know what you mean. And I do appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. All right. GS is in the house. Yes, you are in the right channel, my friend. GS, welcome back, man. Welcome back. Absolutely, you're in the right place. Let's see here. Tag my butt. Okay, cool, man. You are a official sideline reporter. Here's the thing, though, guys. Don't take it personal. Unless there's some kind of new thing on Twitter, the most you can do is 10 on the like. Let's say I put out a video or a description, so I could do up to 10. So after 10, I hope people don't take it the wrong way. Like, you know, what the heck, man? You know, but it's not like that. Sean the Crypto Smith is in the house. Boom, Sean. Glad talking to you the other day. Where was it was it yes? I can't even remember. You know, a lot of times when your whole life has been screwed up, it's hard to remember what times people talk to whoever. So, but yeah, glad to have you, man. Here, welcome back to Sean the Crypto Smith. Give him a follow. Obviously, Waddy, all these guys, right? Hey, what about memberships? I don't want to pay that guy anything. You need to cancel. Yes. That's the only thing I will mention. By all means, guys, cancel your memberships because otherwise that will happen. So I would do that like ASAP, and I will fill you guys in a little bit more on a DM. I'm thinking about just writing a thing out and just DMing it to you guys because I don't want to just type it again and again and again. But, you know, we're not going to make it about him. All right, so let's see here. Bobby Loretti, again, welcome. If I skipped anybody, that's not good. I'm sorry. You tag me as well. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'll remember that. All right. Let's see here. What else we got up in here? Community crypto. Yes, that's what we are. We are a community. We always have been. We've had our ups and downs. Max, I want a wrench to help keep away the crazies. I want to bring in beautiful crypto peeps. So guys, hook April Cornwall up with a wrench. Absolutely, hook her up. Thank you for that, April. And let's see here. Everybody's saying hello to each other. This is good stuff. I also want to welcome Calvin, man. Calvin, welcome back. He says, congrats, Max. Thank you for being here. Congrats on a new start, right? Fresh start. Thank you, man. It's good to see you. Calvin, like I always said, with the T6 glider. Please smash that like if you guys haven't done so already. I think most of you guys have, but oh my gosh, Mr. Man, welcome. What's good, Brian? I'm unable to stay, but want to show some love. It's all good. Thank you for dropping in, Mr. Man. Give him a follow on Crypto Twitter. And it means a lot to have him obviously drop in by. That I really appreciate that. All right. Let's see. You guys got the wrenches. You guys got all that going. All right. Let's see here. I tagged you in a Mr. Man post, Max. Yeah, I got that. I'll pull that shit out in a bit. Max, good things are coming. You made the right move. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Positive change is always good, brother. It is. Absolutely. That's a no-brainer, but it's okay. I'm not making fun. I mean, you guys do what you got to do, but I think that's it's pretty definitive, on that one. But if you are subscribed to the other one, or not subscribed, but if you have a paid membership, I mean, I don't want to see you guys waste any more money or have any more money stolen from you. That's all I'm gonna say. Here, there's some other stipulations. I got to get up to a certain amount of watch hours. So I meet the minimum requirement for as far as 500 subs, but I don't meet the other requirement as far as watch hours. So I'm going to put out some more content, and that's going to help people watch it and so on. So it's part of that rebuilding thing. Okay, cool, man. Edward, Mr. Man. All right. So I'm just kind of scrolling down a little bit more further. I also want to welcome River again. Awesome. Thank you for being here, River. Good to see you, man. Now we need Blackwood. Where's Blackwood in the house? So somebody try to get a hold of Blackwood. Maybe it's you. Nice to have him back. But yeah, River, really appreciate you seeing you here, man. Really, really, really appreciate that. Paul, welcome back. Paul S. Che. I always wonder how to pronounce that, but Paul, welcome back. I do recognize you. Thank you for being here, man. And I'm just trying to get towards the bottom, if there is a bottom. Maybe there is never a bottom, right? You guys always saying crypto. Can we get to the bottom, right? Red Monster, welcome back. Thank you, man. That's awesome. You guys rock. All right. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, L. Wright Sr. I mean, I guess some people are just kind of filtering in, right? Thank you, man. L. Wright Sr. Appreciate you. Glad you found the channel. That's very cool. Elaine, welcome. Elaine, thank you for being here. Right? Appreciate it. Let's see here. Max is a butterfly. All right. Let's see here. Max, I don't think it gives us an option to give wrenches. Really? That's weird. Okay. Well, then I will just go on the other screen and I'll give it to April right now. All right. Let's see here. Where's April at? I'll give her a wrench real quick. Here we go. I'll even make you a managing moderator. How about that? All right. I saw that comment, Edward, but yeah. All right. We have gotten to the bottom, and we're going to get into somewhat the things we have. We will start things with some JASMY content. It's not going to be the deepest dive or deepest dives. May feel that way, but it's not. But we have on the lineup, we have some JASMY to get into. We got some XRP to get into. We got a little bit of quant to get into. The quant segment is more or less kind of fun. Shout out to Tokenizer, right? And then we also have, what else do we have for you? So I think that's pretty much it, for the night. I mean, it's not going to be like everything that you see tagged. I mean, we're trying to tag all the communities and so on, but let's jump into it. When you see me do the presentation, if you will, it's just going to be kind of black in the background. It's, again, guys, I don't have all the bells and whistles. The only bells and whistles I have is this wonderful background that you guys have complimented me on in the past. But yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's get into it, right? Smash that like if you haven't done so already. We currently have 40 likes, 31 people watching. We had a few more, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and jump into the first topic of what we have today. And believe it or not, it isn't necessarily JASMY. Remember something I used to always do with you guys? And that is basically the what? It is the weekend update. Last week in review and what is going on with this, because you want to know something? A lot of you guys are obviously wondering what the heck happened with the overall crypto market. That's something that everybody wants to talk about. So we're going to get into that. And I'm going to pull that up here in just a bit. I meant to have this nice and primed, ready to go. But as the saying goes, you got to get back in the swing of things. So give me a chance to just pull this up. And in the process of doing so, I'm going to share what happened over the weekend and last week's review. There's a lot of fear, obviously, still in the market. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here in a second. So for one, we're going to show you what's going on with CoinMarketCap. And I truly believe that we're not only going to lose support, we're going to tank back down into the billions. And here is just something I want to full screen for a bit. Here is what I'm talking about. As you can see, we are now at fear. I wouldn't be surprised if we're at extreme fear within the next few days. And as you guys know, for you guys that have been investing for a while, capitalize on the extreme fear. If you're wondering when is the time to come into crypto, like I was telling my friend Barry, aka Killer Hertz of DPG, now is the time. Not financial advice, but this is basically literally what I'm telling my own friend. The overall crypto market is at 1.01 trillion. Like I said, I won't be surprised if we see the market basically tank down into the billions. Now, the last time we really saw this was right around the time of FTX and so on. Now, am I saying the market's going to tank down to FTX levels? No, I don't think so. I know, and I wish I could see this guy tonight. He might not be here. But basically that is, Mr. Magic Power. He was stating that he feels as though that the whole market could tank below 12K and so on. I guess that's where we agree to disagree, but I understand a lot of people kind of thinking like, hey, that could happen. And hey, anything is a possibility. What I want to show you, though, is this right here in regards to Investor Place. Again, a premium service that, as you guys know, I'm subscribed to and so on. I'm going to blow this up as much as I can. And on this one, here is the weekly update. And I'm basically want to share this with you. So, like it says, is the world tired of crypto? I mean, how about this? Is the world tired of just spending money on anything right now, right? I mean, there's a lot of other industries, trade industries, right? Mike knows where I'm coming from. Edward, so on. Brittany, you guys know who you are. Brian, right? A lot of us, right? So the crypto market fell absolutely flat this week, quite literally, basically as flat as possible, as flat as a Coca-Cola that's been opened and not resealed, right? Or Pepsi, where are you guys into and so on. This was reported over the weekend on the 9th. And I did mean to observe the whole thing with 9/11. I do realize it's 9/11. Unbelievable. 22 years ago. I was looking at the date. Of course, never forget. And, it's obviously a sad thing. I'm not trying to break away from the topic, but, it just kind of deemed on me like, oh my gosh, it is 9/11. Thoughts and prayers are still with all those who were affected from it. I think all of us were affected from it and so on, right? It's a horrible thing that happened. But let's jump back into this for a moment, okay? Keep the positive vibes going, right? Yes, it did fall flat. And here's what's going on. BTC rose 0.04%, like hardly anything. ETH 0.1. Within the top 100 cryptos, the biggest gainer was Synthetics, which is SNX, a mere 12% gain. The biggest loser was Gala. Once again, 15% down. You guys have seen some of the recent FUD in that regard. I am going to double check real quick while I'm with you right here, because I did state that I feel as though that a penny or under might be my entry point into it. Here is what's going on with Gala. I always forgot how you pronounce it. It's still holding above that penny mark, but let me know what you guys think. I mean, a lot of you guys sold your Gala, and some of you guys feel as though you may get back into it if it goes below a penny. Some of you guys may never want to touch it again. I don't know, but I do think under a penny, let's face it, getting back into a real bull market coming up. 2024, 2025. I mean, we talk about the accumulation phase. People will buy on the fear of especially this. Right? I know this is something that we don't talk about a lot. I know a lot of you guys are still invested into it. It's still part of the top 100. It's ranked 87th. Now, jumping back to what we have as far as this outline real quick, and we will get back in the comments. I want to try to do a better job of jumping back and forth unless it's like a real deep dive and I'm like really into my thing. What I want to show you guys is, from top to bottom, flattest weeks in crypto history. And when we get more into this outline that we have tonight, you're going to see some things based off of 2019 that's going to give you an idea of the last time in crypto history, all this flat stuff going on is it end up being extremely bullish then after. How far soon after? Stay tuned. We want to share some of the key findings that we have with you guys. It says this flatness came after a pretty big favorable ruling from the courts last week. I don't know if you guys caught up with that. Some of you guys did, some of you guys didn't. But yeah, that Bitcoin ETF is a real possibility within the next few months, if not weeks. And we stated before, when those things start popping off, the market starts popping off. And we've only seen indicators of like one, maybe two, right? What happens when you have 20 institutions coming in? Say goodbye to the accumulation phase. I'm just calling it. Say goodbye to, we're only at, barely 1 trillion overall crypto market. Say hello to 3+ trillion that we saw before in 2021. So, like it says, what gives? Well, like it says, the general public has lost interest in crypto, and we don't think interest will be meaningfully re-energized until clear regulation is set. Could the rejuvenation or the energizers, if you will, literally be the institutional money? I think so. Because when they come in with these ETFs and everything starts bouncing and popping off like crazy once again, and it will, right? That creates enthusiasm. Even me with you guys, right? If I'm sounding down in the dumps, right, because I'm going to boo-hoo about everything, is that bringing in a lot of enthusiasm? No. Some people are going to be like, man, screw this guy. I'm just going to turn him off and watch something else. But the point is enthusiasm. Basically, it snowballs, right? And people will FOMO in. The market is gone crazy. The market is popping off. How so? Should I now get into crypto? Now, for us, most of us, we're like, why would you wait until then to get into crypto, right? Why won't you get in now during the accumulation phase? We are part of a rare group of people. We are part of literally, the opposite of the 99%. We're the 1% who recognize you don't want to come into this when everything's popping off, right? Let's get into a little bit more. Let's talk about the data, because at the end of the day, you could talk to me until you're blue in the face of, hey, we're going, dampen you. Bitcoin's going down to F and zero, right? As we know, it's not. Lost C phrases. That's never going to happen. But do we have data to back up some of these key findings? Here it is. We always do this, right? Crypto spot trading volume, were you aware, fell to 4-year low in August. Derivative trading volume fell to its second lowest level since 2021. What happened in 2021? Well, that was the last true, last remnants of the bull market. People aren't trading in the crypto markets right now. Why? Well, data shows why. Monthly spot versus derivatives volume. Here it is. It's nice and big on the screen. I'm just going to double check to see that it is. And as you can see right here, this comes from, I believe, CC data. You do see what's going on since last August 22nd compared to, to the 23rd. I can't give you the recent report as of this week because it was still ongoing. You have your spots, you have your derivatives, you have the derivatives market share, but it's plain as day. Meanwhile, like it says, global interest in cryptos has fallen off a cliff. Now, for us, it hasn't. We're still interested, but we're talking about the big conglomerate. Google search, if you weren't aware, their interest in cryptocurrencies and with quotes has plunged to levels not seen since 2019. And here, if you're wondering, Max, you gotta give me any good news? My God, the whole thing with the channel and now this, I don't know what to do, my friend. Hey, I'm with you, but check this out. So yeah, it has plunged to levels not seen since 2019. And shout out to Legrand Commission because he knows where I'm going to go with this right afterwards. Look at what's basically mentioned here. And I know it's faded, and I wish I could blow this part up, but it's just going to look super smudged. You see what happened back in roughly, 2016. Then you get to 2019 and so on, right? And like it says, to be sure, these are contrarian buy signals. Buy signals. When there's extreme fear, there is a conglomerate amount of people or institution money, or like we always mentioned in the past, the whales who will come in and buy everyone's fear. Again, the fear and greed index. You better believe that they have their own index, their own meters, and they buy on that fear 100%. Last time crypto trading volume, and here again is the good juicy stuff, and search interests were both this low late 2019. Before, and you read right, this is not a typo, BTC surged to what? From 6,000 to 40,000 over the next year and change. My God. So, yes, there's a lot of fear in the market, but institutions will buy that fear. And you better believe, I call this, I think about, a few weeks ago, and some of you guys did as well. I said, don't be surprised if this was all designed. BlackRock not getting their Bitcoin ETF approved just yet. You think there's maybe not some backdoor things going on? I know some people say, well, there can't be because the SEC can get involved. You want to know something? They are the world's largest asset custodian. So if they're the world's largest asset custodian, they are all about doing what? Buying things at the extreme liquidated, cheap clearance price that they possibly can get it. And them and all their Wall Street buddies, when the next bull market comes, oh my God. You know what I mean? The rich become richer, and we've seen this happen time and time again. Look at this. Anemic trading volumes and low general interest tend to mark crypto bear market bottoms. Now, we stated this before, like we could basically be at, bottom, but is there even more of a bottom? This was when I was saying, when I was with you guys last week, I think. I said, look, don't go necessarily all in right now, but if you notice things at all-time lows, well, recognize that, but just don't put all your eggs in one basket, boom, right now. That's the power of the DCA, okay? So like it says, there's this thing in regards to the SEC, and I know I'm reading a lot of this, but it's good stuff. It says they said before, say it again. You guys will say it before, say it again as well. The whole crypto industry is stuck in legal limbo. They are until the SEC either handcuffs the whole industry or the courts overrule the SEC. Now, at Investor Place, I do feel a lot of like the same or have the same opinion on a lot of things they do, but not on everything. Okay. They have stated that they think the latter is the most likely outcome. However, they aren't close to a resolution yet. And until they get a resolution, it looks unlikely, I should say, that cryptos will resume their rally. Well, does that mean there won't ever be a rally? No, there's never going to be a thing where it's just, nonstop accumulation phase. Some people say, well, yeah, but there might be like an extended crypto winter. Right. There could be extended crypto winter, but doesn't necessarily mean that these things are just going to be forever in itself too. All right, how about this? They received really good news last week with the Grayscale ETF, right? Let's talk about them for a second because we're always talking about ETFs. And that caused an immediate surge in what? Cryptos. BTC retook its 200-day moving average even. Remember when you guys, if you tuned in to me and Teddy Ganja on his show, we talked about some of this. However, the surge faded very quickly, and now BTC is below where it was before the ruling and the trading at the bottom end of its breakout channel. And this is the big key, signifiers, if you will, because, when we talk about uptrend, and we saw that this is the biggest or the longest this has been in the history of this whole entire thing since 2019, worse than that. Well, do we have something solid here? That's the bottom line. And that's why I want to bring this to you guys. So let's expand this a little bit more. Let's pull it full in. I'm just double checking the other screen to make sure that you guys can see this okay. I'm going to come out of the frame on this one for a bit I can show you. BTC is doing what? It's fighting for its life to preserve its 2023 uptrend. And again, this fuels that fire, that debate of some people saying, yep, right. like shout to Magic Power. I don't even know if he's in the comments right now. I'll check later, but people have said this, like, yeah, this is in line of what's coming up for December and so on, and we're going to tank. But is that really the case, right? So there's the chart. You see what's going on. Again, like always, cited from Bloomberg Finance as a 2023 chart. I'm going to come back into the screen, and we're going to get more into this. Again, please smash that like. We might tick into the 40s, and that would be amazing. Absolutely awesome. First day on the new channel to tick up in the 40s. Please smash that like if you haven't. If you haven't done so already and you've already been watching, you're like, I was just going to do it later. Do it now. Do it. Do it now. Yes. Be so awesome to be able to do that. All right. So it is fighting for its life. Okay. And some of you guys that are in the TNA, you've already seen this, right? I'm not preaching to the choir. You guys have some of your favorite content creators who do this. I have a few that I watched in the past and so on. There aren't any buyers of cryptos these days. Well, there's some of us. I'm buying, you know what I mean? I'm not buying a lot, but I'm buying some, right? I'm still DCAing. Some of you guys are still DCAing. Doesn't matter what happens in the macroeconomic world. We've seen yields top out. Everybody's seen yields top out at some point. We've seen stocks catch a rebound. Right. Let's go further down into this. We talked about big money earlier. The whales are big money, but there's institutional whales. They represent, we talk about a school of fish. Institutions are a school of what? Whales. So it is clear that the big money doesn't want to enter the crypto markets until firm regulation is set. Right. But if anything, you better believe that you see certain things when you see on exchanges, hey, who's this group or who's this guy? Somebody bought like, a bunch of ETH, like a big whale came in. We used to always follow what's going on with ETH, for instance. But it is true, and it's always been true. We talked about this since last year. They're not going to come in until that regulation is set. And for people that are retail investors, you, me, and so on, are you really going to wait until you accumulate all these assets just, when the big money comes in, or when you see a Fox News or CNBC report or whatever station you watch and they say crypto is booming? Oh my gosh, if you would have invested back during the accumulation phase, I'm not going to say accumulation phase, but during this time of 2023, you would be up thousands of percent. You would have been able to retire early. We've seen that narrative before. Are you sitting on the sidelines? Are you going to make it happen? Are you going to get out of your comfort zone? And I want to state this. I mentioned this to Mike Cornwell. Comfort zone. Let's take a pause for a moment to talk about your comfort zone. You may be brand new to crypto right now. I want to talk about comfort zone for just a brief moment. So back in 2021, my comfort zone was Doge. I know it sounds pathetic, but that's the reality for a lot of us. Robinhood. So easy. Buy Doge. No, I don't have to do nothing big, right? And it almost seemed like I was buying something, making a PayPal purchase or something like that, right? I mean, it's so simple. Then I was told, because when I researched more about Shiba Inu, well, at the time, you might want to get off of like Uniswap. So I wasn't comfortable getting off of Uniswap because Uniswap was so foreign to me and so intimidating to me that I didn't want to do that. Now, you got to keep in mind, this is now early February of 2021. Okay, I just came out of January. Shiba Inu at the time is about roughly 0.6 zeros and a number. I wait until May to finally come into SHIB because I decided to get out of my comfort zone. Getting out of my comfort zone staying in my comfort zone costed me a lot of money. It costed me 2 zeros. So instead of having my 8K into Shiba Inu, that 11X to 88K, what happened? And don't get me wrong, that was awesome, but what happened was I would have been able to clear over $500,000 worth of profits. And that haunts me to this day. So I'm saying to you guys, if there is any opportunity and you recognize the opportunities, what are you waiting for, right? Don't go all in. Some of you guys are just like, should I take $1,000 and just throw it into all one thing? I don't think so. Unless you properly research that for a while and you recognize like this is the true all-time lows and whatnot, and this is a solid project with real utility, I cannot give you financial advice, but I'm just letting you know I'm not perfect. We're all part of this crypto journey, right? Don't wreck yourself due to a comfort zone, because you will do what I did. And I still look back at that, and I know I never share that with you guys, but I want to share it with you guys, because we live and learn, absolutely. We live and we learn. Don't get me wrong, 11x is not bad, but man, I could have been like a half a millionaire if I just would have went right into it in February of 2021 instead of waiting a few more months. I shaved off 1 0. I could have shaved off 2. That's the difference maker. All right, a little bit more about this. Like they talked about the calm before the foreseeable future. Go down to this. They want to emphasize a patient approach, right? We've all been patient, right? A lot of us are frustrated with the patience. Some of us aren't. Some of us are like, hey, this is awesome. This is a second chance to accumulate what I need to accumulate. But look at this. Emphasize a patient approach to typically fast-moving crypto markets. This is a time for us to be patient, accumulate, like I've always mentioned, the accumulation phase, our favorite cryptos at relatively discounted prices, and then we will do that. We'll wait. Buy and hold. I'm a buy and hold type of guy. Some of you guys aren't. Some of you guys do a little bit of both. You do, for instance, shorting, you do leverage, you do it all, right? Day trading, and you do all the long-term stuff. I've always been more the buy and hold because that worked for me. Do what works for you. As the saying goes, go with your gut. But at the same time, don't necessarily go with your comfort, if you know what I mean. Until the courts overrule the SEC and there's a pathway clear for the establishment of fair, legislation. They mentioned that this will eventually come. We know that, right? I mean, especially with the 2/3 Ripple victory, and we're going to get into Ripple XRP in a bit. Some of you guys have stated that, yeah, you know what? At the end of this month, like, we're going to get full victory. We'll see what happens with that. I'm rooting for it, right? But yeah, there is a big opportunity to see a huge boom for cryptos. Recognize what's going on in the market. That's why we point out what's going on with 2019. I'm not going to read all this stuff, right? Because some of you guys aren't into all this. But what I want to state is this right here. And that basically is not necessarily Solana. This is kind of cool, right? Because some of you guys are into Cosmos. That's, again, one that I need to get into. So you guys know I'm a gamer, right? I haven't played as much video games as I used to in the past. But this is cool. PUBG was the first battle royale game that was popularized, okay? So the developers of the widely popular game PUBG, Krafton, are launching a Layer 1 blockchain on Cosmos, right? That's pretty cool. They announced setless platform. They're going to handle USDC settlement for payments by Krafton's 30 million monthly active players. And this is another thing I want to mention. USDC Circle, what was it formerly known as? Stellar USDC. So when we, do a lot of those connectors and talk about the big connections that Stellar even has, there's this focus on Cosmos. There's no denying, what's going on in regards to that for you. So if I give you guys that update as well, we're going to kick it back into the comments, and rightfully so. And let's see here. Let's check out some more comments. Edward Vincent, JASMY, woo. All right. Yes, just go to the old channel, hit unsubscribe, or go to the old channel and hit subscribe again. Now, you're trolling them. Anyway, let's welcome back Learn and Evolve, Darius Magruder. Thank you, man. I meant to get everything for you over the weekend, and I'm sorry. As you know, I had some big distractions, man, and I'm sorry about that. But I will try to get you something, and I'm sure that you probably understand. It's not that I'm starting over, and I want to state this real quick, okay? And I meant to thank you guys for this just real quick, right? When I originally teamed up with who last, was it April 18th of 2022, my hope and my dream was to be able to team up with somebody that shared the same passion that I shared. That didn't happen. But the nice thing was I gained so much more back than I could ever have with just one person. And that is what? An awesome community of fellow researchers and people that are crypto enthusiasts. So that's the way I look at it. But yes, welcome back to another crypto enthusiast, which is Learn and Evolve, and give him a follow on his channel. And maybe he hasn't gotten the content out yet and so on. But even like myself, we're all going to get back in the swing of things. Guys, let's give Darius that warm MaximusCrypto. Welcome back, right? Welcome to the new channel and glad to have you here. Mi casa es su casa, man. All right. All right. So let's see here. I'm going to see if you guys got any specific questions or comments. Shout out to Rain, the fat juice. It's a strawberry lemonade this time. Anyway. Okay, let's see here. Trip to the moon. That is correct. It was stolen, but I'm not going to make it a show about that. You're more than welcome to follow me on Twitter. And if you want to DM about the whole situation, you can get that, but I'm not going to do that here. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It was stolen. Yeah. Basically committed a felony, but whatever. All right. Let's go further down. We are also all right, moving along. All right, be prepared for a 19K BTC. Oh boy, yikes. That is something worth pointing out. I mean, during FTX, we're at what, 15,700, 15,800. Like it just touched it briefly. All right, let's go further down. FTX dump will help that. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. Just forfeit. So happy you got this channel and rebranding it. Why the S at the end now, though? I don't know what you're talking about. I think. Oh, yeah, you know what? You're confusing it. This is actually my old original channel. The other one is literally named Crypt and then shows on purpose for when people do a search, it goes to the other channel. That was deliberate and it's pretty messed up. But again, I don't want to make that about him. Let's see here. No, it was stolen. All right. Some of you guys can probably respond to some of the, some of your questions. I don't. Yeah. I saw your comment, just forfeit. Yep. I know. I'm sorry. This is the new channel. And I'm sorry about the confusion. Yeah. It was given to me and it was stolen. And I'm just not trying to play any more games. And this is the channel. And I'm not going back. So. All right. Let's see here. We got, but yeah, please subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate it. Let's see how we're doing on this one. We're at 650, I guess, something like that. I don't know. We currently have 36 people watching. Thank you for that. Let's see if we can tick up into the 40s. It'd be great. Just gotta read a few more comments. Yeah, pretty much like all sorts of stuff, Yeah. All right, Nilo B. I'm sorry I'm late. Just got out of work. Nilo B, I'm so happy that you found this channel. This will be the official channel, right? And there won't be any more confusion for you guys. And again, I apologize that you had to go through all that, rigmarole and so on. But I do appreciate the support, and it just means a lot that you guys are here. Nilo B, looking buff and pumping iron is normal, right? Yes. Welcome back to Nilo B. Let's give a warm welcome. Trip to the moon again. Welcome. Just forfeit. Thank you guys for being here. This is the channel. It's called MaximusCrypto. It's all one word. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Please smash the like. And I swear you won't have to go from one to the other or anything like that. This is it, right? This is my new start. And this is where I'm looking to, put all that negativity from the past in the past. And I am listening to my friend who told me, is just like, let it be a learning experience to get what they call if I partner up with anybody, which I don't know about that, but he's like, you don't know that. He's like, in reality, there are going to be people that you could partner up with in the future. He's like, but just do, I think he called it JVA, which means a joint venture agreement. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right about that. So it's a learning experience and I'll never forget, I'll never forget. All right, let's go further down into some more comments. All right, so no, because I'm moving on from that. I was thinking about that originally, but I didn't want to make the show focused on that. If you want, I mean, I don't know if you have Twitter. If you don't, how about this? If you guys don't have Twitter, simply, I mean, you could DM me on Twitter if you want to know the whole story, I guess you could say. And it is the truth, so help me God. I mean, I'm not type. I mean, why would I make up anything like that, right? You know, I'm looking at some of you guys' comments. You know, thank you, Brittany, and whoever else is here. But my key thing is like, it's just, it was a bad thing that happened, and I moved on from it and so on. And I don't want to just like type it over and over. I'd rather just kind of like, being a teacher, right? It's just like you type a report, if you will, a paper. So I'm gonna type a paper, if you will, of what happened, and I'll just basically copy and paste it to anybody that wants it. If you're not the type of person to use Twitter, that's fine. You can just send me an email over to dpgmaximus@hotmail.com. It's my old Hotmail one. I mean, who cares? And like, I've gotten so much spam on that one, but I'll try to do my best to look into whoever emailed me, and then I'll send you, what happened. But I don't want to make it like a show of this and focusing on, like, even me talking about right now is giving this guy too much attention, period. And he doesn't deserve any more attention at all. And yeah, I mean, guy, he just basically, he needs to leave me alone, and he needs to be done leaving me alone. Because I mean, I have enough proof and evidence, and yeah, in fact, I'm just done talking about it. I'm putting all that in my rear view. And I did look into some things. It would take me 8 to 12 months basically to get it back. And then for what? I build this one back, build this one up, and then the other one I'm giving it. And that wouldn't make no sense. Like, it's just, no. There's certain laws that says that like anything under 10,000 had to go through litigation. We're in two different states. It's just a mess. And again, I just don't even want to. I'm putting that behind myself. So I'm so sorry again for everybody that donated. You had good intentions, and you guys were basically, you donated to me. And yeah, I'll be blunt. He's a thief. He committed a felony, and that's all I'm gonna say about it for now. And it basically ruined my weekend and ruined my week. And I feel, I feel bad for like people like LeGrand, and other people who donated and so on. Tim Shea, you guys know you are OG Crypto, yeah, it's theft, any way you want to look at it. All right. Yep, that's exactly what happened. All right, April Cornwell. Thank you, Max, for having all of us. Hold on. Thank you for having all of us on a place to come to talk about crypto. We are all going to be filthy rich one day. Yeah, and you guys are so convicted about it. I mean, how about this, guys? Can we talk about this for a second? April, thank you for that comment. It's not like it's just like, you're part of a cult or something like that. Like I said, like there's cult Dow, that's one thing, but the research you've done, and what about some of the big institutions that are tied into some of these distributed ledger technologies and blockchain technology and so on? It's the way of the future. I mean, we've always said in the past, think about how many people are like, if I could have only invested into Microsoft many years ago, your second chance of doing that is through Quant. If I could only invested into Amazon a long time ago, or Google a long time ago, like, you're literally getting your second chance at this. And why is that? Because we live in a time unlike any other time in history where you don't have to go to an elite school. You don't have to be best friends. And I have nothing against, John F. Kennedy. I mean, if anything, my grandpa met him. I told Mike Cornwell that back in Oregon a long time ago, in the 1960 presidential election. That's beside the point. But you don't have to be somebody like John F. Kennedy and be part of a wealthy family and go to an Ivy League school like Harvard to know about where the real future money is. The beautiful thing about the internet is anybody and everybody can learn exclusive things that the elites get to learn. That's what's awesome. You guys, I think for the most part, you already know that, right? So when we connect all the dots and stuff like that, is, people who don't do their proper research And I'm going to show you a perfect example here on the JASMY segment. I know some of you guys are like, you ever going to get into that? I'm going to get into that in a second. We're going to talk about how, like, for instance, a lot of people just don't simply do their proper research. If you've done your proper research and you believe in the research and you've seen all the key partnerships and things that have gone on in the past and connecting the dots and all that stuff, then why are you doubting yourself? Are you doubting yourself because the market seems like, oh, I don't know, or, I would, well, Aunt Doris basically told me the other day at the soup kitchen that, Bitcoin's going down to, $8,500, and I should sell everything right now. Like, well, what does she know? No offense to Aunt Doris, but I mean, how long has Aunt Doris been, invested into crypto? Does she even know what distributed ledger technology means? Does she even know about a Hedera governing council? Does she even know about ISO TC 307 or ISO 222? Does she even know what a gossip protocol is? Or is the only gossip she knows is the gossip that she shares down at the local diner or at the local salon, getting a perm or whatever? You know where I'm going with that. All right, let's just read a couple more comments, and then we're going to kick it back to what we have. It's going to be some JASMY for you guys. It's all done by design. I agree. I don't see my message comments in the thread. What thread? Oh. All right. Yeah, like 0 likes and 0 comments. All right. Let's see here. Ahmed, doubt anyone can get their portfolio ready in 1 month unless they're loaded with money. That's true. All right. We're going to do now. We got 31 people. I'm not going to say wonderful, beautiful people because, that's the old. Let's get into 31 awesome people, right? Educated people here. Please smash the like if you haven't done so already. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. 51 likes, not too shabby. Let's jump into what we have with some JASMY. All right, it's been a while, right? I'm going to chop this up and definitely put on a recording. I'm definitely going to get some content going on again and rebuild some things and so on. But, check this out. We're going to start things off with more talk of the Q4 lockup. And here we go. This was retweeted and shared from the one and only Mike Cornwell, aka Crypto Mike. And let's talk about the big elephant in the room, the Q4 lockup. All right. So this came from Tycho, and I believe that he was selected to become, a JASMY ambassador or something like that, right? Let me give him a follow. I thought I was following before. He says, seems to be a lot of Q4 lockup questions, right? There is. You guys always mention it. And rightfully so. We're all excited about the future. According to his understanding, JASMY lockup is hinged on companies' willingness to lock up said tokens in exchange for increased benefits. The right question is, how many companies hold JASMY and how much? That's a good question. Okay, so let's dive into this for a second. So this comes from originally Hara on the very top one. I'm going to read all this to kind of help it flow. I mean, I know some of you guys are looking at, what's highlighted from Hara, and that's fine. So dating back to last April 23rd, I believe this comes from a Discord conversation. Says, from Hara, we are planning to accumulate, and let me blow this up just a little bit more. There we go, nice and big, right? So he says, and I'm going to come out of the frame on this one. We are planning to accumulate 20,000 units per year and 3,000 units per Q unit first. This depends on our ability to receive a large volume of orders and our performance. I would like to accumulate them first. I mean, if you think about it, guys, that would make sense, right? I mean, wouldn't that be a better way to lock up things after you accumulate? Even us, we talk about the accumulation phase. Like, why would you want to, for instance, go stake, right, on a platform, even earning like 20% if you don't have much to stake? Because you didn't accumulate much. Think about it, right? It's not rocket science. Getting more further down, this guy named Zui EC from, I guess, France. Do you still have the support of the government to develop your company? Is it planned to is it planned to use secure PCs in a confidentiality approach in these sensitive spheres? Hara replies back, yes, on April 23rd, 2023. Yes, the development of a wallet, and we know that to be the super wallet, right, that uses DD coin. We talked about DD coin a lot as explained earlier, is well underway. For the purpose of providing this added value, we will ask companies to lock JASMY within the wallet to provide rank up services and rewards. We expect everyone to lock up for the purpose of using the platform. And then, of course, he goes on to mention some of these other things in regards to like the NFTs. What do you think about general? But that's the key thing. And this was something that I wasn't aware of in regards to this talk, because the last thing I saw was like roughly February 2023. So this is about roughly two and a half, almost 3 months after that. Okay. So a lot of talk about what's going on with that. And I'm glad that Tycho found this in his own finding. I'm going to go ahead and stop the share on that one. I do have some more JASMY to get into. And this one is going to be a FUD buster. There's been some recent FUD in regards to JASMY. And if anything, when you see this outline, I don't know if some of you guys have seen it. I think it came from Cryptopolitan. But I kind of shook my head about it, because it tells me that there's a lot of people, for whatever reason, who haven't kept themselves informed. Maybe they don't watch our show. Maybe they don't watch our content. But whatever the case be, they're watching a lot of old content. How up to date are you on your investment into JASMY? Please smash that like. Let's go to the next comment. And let's see here. We are going to read some more. So we have Brian Dow. That's funny. Anyway. Kylo Mariquin, there's plenty of people buying. Yes, there's still plenty of people buying. But they're basing it off like the overall scheme of things, right? What's going on with the everybody for the most part. All right, let's see here. Ahmed says his bags are ready, and also unless a big dip happens. That's good, man. All right, let's see here. Henry Brown, man, welcome back. I'm unsubscribed. I'm subscribed now. I can't send super chats now. It's because I gotta work my way back up to that, my friend. But Henry Brown, it's so awesome to see you. Let's get you a wrench. I think I still had to do it that way, so that's okay. Let's get you a wrench. Henry Brown. Where you at? Where you at? Oh, there you go. Peanut butter jelly, right? All right, let's see here. Well, first of all, I'm gonna give Darius Magruder one. I'm gonna give Jeff Pruden one. Where is some of you other guys? Oh shoot, I'm so sorry, Boomer F and Sooner. Here you go. I gave you a moderator as well. All right. And if there's anybody else that wants to, let me know. If for any reason after the show, like you feel like I skipped you can send me a tweet, or you can send me an email, whatever you want to do, and I will add you. Corey B-Bay. That's funny. Scout. Yeah. Welcome back, Corey B-Bay. I'm glad you found the show, man. Right on. All right, let's see here. Who was the guy I was going to hook up with? My bad. Hook up a wrench to. It was Henry. Where the heck is Henry? Did he leave? He probably like, screw this. I'm going to go watch Crypto Hulk. And that's fine, anyway. Where is Henry Brown? Like James Brown out of town on Greyhound. Henry, where are you at? If you could just type in the chat for I could just quickly get to you. I would appreciate it if you're still watching. If you're not watching because you're watching Crypto Hulk, that's okay too. Where the heck is Henry Brown? All right, I'm gonna go to the bottom. Where is he at? I can't see him now. That's wonderful. You want GT? You want to get wrenched? Sure, you can get wrenched. Hold on a second. Oh man, I gotta wait for the chat to go up. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Add as moderator. There you go. Boom. There you go, GT. All right. So Henry Brown, hopefully he'll be back soon. Because I can't find him in the chat. I don't know why, but I can't. I'm just double checking one more time. And I don't see him in the chat. Brian Riley, you can be a moderator. Maybe you don't want it, but you're going to have it anyway. Yeah, I don't see Mr. Yeah, I don't see Henry Brown. So anyway. All right, so let's get back into what we have. We're going to I wish I could just do it right here, but it won't let me do it right there. Yeah. All right, so we're going to use that as a bookmark. Let's get into the JASMY outline. We had a little bit for the Q4. This is a little bit different thing. This is a FUD buster in regards to JASMY. Please smash that like. Let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so this is good stuff. And I want to give a shout out to this guy. And no, this guy is not featured from Chronic 2001. This is not the same Devin the Dude, right? Was it Chocolate Doja, Even Iced Tea, or he might be Blankety Blank and Hennessy, the Chronic Iced Tea. You know what I mean? That song, what's it called? It's on Chronic 2001, featuring Devin the Dude. All right. This is not the same Devin the Dude. This is a different Devin the Dude, but he's a good guy, and he, brought something to my attention, and maybe you guys feel this way too. It does need to be addressed. Okay, he says he tried to message me, but he couldn't unless he pays. It's basically because I wasn't following him back. If I follow you back, it allows us to communicate. Okay, you don't have to pay for Twitter Blue. He says there's a lot of FUD going around concerning this image, but based off of who? People they're probably not informed. He says he knows I'm busy, right? I'm busy, but like not to the point where I can't respond to stuff. I mean, I had a crazy last week. You guys know that, especially the weekend too. So yeah, let's get into this, right? So Cryptopolitan, this is a screenshot taken from them. And, basically speaking, I'm going to show you some of their concerns, okay? Hopefully this is big enough for you guys. If not, it's okay. I mean, I'll just read what it says. So number one, like it says, no public appearances. This is, we're talking about JASMY here. It says the absence of videos, interviews, or public appearances where executives like Sato Kazamasa, Sato, even right there, you guys don't got it right. Kazamasa Sato, but I guess it's backwards in Japan. Anyway, discuss cryptocurrency is unusual for a supposedly pioneering company. Okay, like I also mentioned before, you have people that are your PR reps. Hara represents that, right? He conveys all that information. You have seen Kazamasa Sato, though, in interviews, right? So it's not like that hasn't been there. We have shared that on the live. But in regards to no public appearances, I mean, like, what more do you want? I mean, you also got to keep in mind, like, some people say, oh, I want to see Kunitake Ando doing a public interview. Well, there has been. There may not have been as much recently as you would like to see. But what I want to show you basically is there has been, appearances. And, one key thing that I want to mention is like, some people say, well, what appearances? Well, here's just one for mentioning it, because why not mention it? Maybe some people get tired of me mentioning it. IVS Crypto 2023, right? We always talk about IVS Crypto 2023. How about the Teams Web3 Summit? Did we forget about all these things that happened a few months ago? How about Tokyo Expo 2023? How about that other expo that was in Hong Kong? So that right there is at least 4 different ones. And yes, you had Hara at every single one. And you also had the other guy that, is I guess you could say the JASMY ambassador from Hong Kong, right? He's always at the meetings. Okay. Again, there's public appearances. We don't necessarily have to have Ondo. You just need somebody to properly represent it. I mean, isn't that the whole point of Hara's role? I don't understand why people don't understand that. All right, let's jump into the next part real quick. No verified social media. Lack of verification on Twitter or other platforms raises questions about the legitimacy of the company's public face. You got to be kidding me. I thought we already, saw this a long time ago. So some people say, well, how so? Well, let me show you how so. So number one, let's just take you straight to Hara. All right. And this was something that was mentioned in the past. Hara is an AI, people will say. He's not an AI. Right. And some people wanted to see more than just pictures of Hara. So for one, there's a picture of Hara, but people want to see video. We saw that. IVS Crypto 2023, Teams Web3 Summit, literally in the trailer for the the summary of what happened over that blockchain week. Literally shows them at one particular part, right? You see him and he's in motion. So there's that. And then yes, IVS Crypto 2023, we showed you a lot of motion of him. But then people are like, well, he needs to have verified, he needs to be verified. Boom, there you go. Hara right here has what? The Twitter blue check mark. He's verified. Remember back in the day where, if you weren't verified, basically speaking, I mean, people have to say, hey, follow, for instance, Hara, like follow me at Hara_JASMY CFO. There's other ones that are close to it where it's like another underscore. Those are fake. But that's another point of being verified, right? Is so people can know that you're the real account and that you're not fake. And there's other benefits, right? You can have a longer thread. You can have, instead of having like 45 characters or whatever, you can have a really big outline. I did that because I obviously do deep dives. So there's that, right? He's done more than enough public appearances. Let's jump to the next part of what is basically being complained about. How this lack of legal paperwork. Now, here's more of the juicier stuff as far as me really trying to give you guys some good stuff. So this part, again, is anybody here doing their proper research? Is just people trying to skim what's off the top? Could be. But lack of legal paperwork, really? It says if JASMY coin claims to be Japan's first legally operable coin, they should have the legal documents to back this up. The absence of these documents is alarming. Just do your own research. Hence why we call these shows Dyor with Max. Join our community. Do the research. So I will help you do the research. So let's jump into this. And basically speaking, all you got to do is a simple search. Now, some people are going to say, a simple search here, Max, leads you to the JASMY site. And of course, they're going to say good things about themselves. Okay, fine, right? I'm with you. But I will at least cite this first, and then we'll jump into somewhere else. So number one, all right, and you could verify this for yourself, or anybody can verify this for themselves. Like it says, JASMY IoT platform. Its only token, JASMY, which, by the way, ticker symbol is JMY according to those Japanese exchanges, right, listed differently on CMC, okay, and we know that, is the first Japanese blockchain project approved to list on the Japanese digital currency exchange. True. This is why it gets labeled also the Bitcoin in Japan for this next quote. It is Japan's first legal and compliant digital currency, which is of epoch-making significance for the Japanese digital currency market. Right. So who is in charge of allowing that to happen, for them to be the first regulatory, legal and regulatory compliant digital currency in Japan? Well, the FSA. Right. And like I've always mentioned, who are some of the key players, like who's part of JVCEA and FSA and so on, right? Well, we always reference Genki Oda, especially with BitPoint and SBI Japan and so on. Like, he is a decision maker. So that's valid. Anybody can view that. Anybody can look more into it. Does Max have something in regards to looking into that? Well, of course. I'm not going to just show you guys some text on the JASMY screen. So I want to show you another source, okay? And this is from Phoenix.com. Some of you guys know about Phoenix.com. Like it says, JASMY coin, the platform is powered online for the native token. JASMY coin is an Ethereum token, ERC20. We know it doesn't say it there, but we know it's ERC20. The first cryptocurrency to become legally compliant in Japan and listed on Japanese cryptocurrency exchange. Literally just another source. Okay, reiterating what I just mentioned, but some people don't want to see it from the JASMY site. Do we have another source? Boom, another source. All right, well, Max, you did state that you have a little bit more in regards to this. Yes, let's quote some laws, okay? Because, I do deep dive research, and this is something I like to do. So for all the fudders out there who want to reference just a chart and want to have a stupid meme coin of a dog whose name is ME, and just be like, JASMY scam. All right. Look at this. According to Japan's law on correcting the capital clearing delivery settlement, which was issued all the way back in 2017, a new exchange to be opened in Japan must be reported to the FSA. What does the FSA stand for? Financial Services Agency. Basically, like, the SEC, but honestly, that's an insult because they get it, we don't. Or I should say we don't. The SEC don't. So like it says, reported to the Financial Services Agency, right? And then must pass the review of both Japan Virtual and Crypto Assets Exchange Association, JVCEA. Again, enter in Mr. Genki Oda. And the Financial Services Agency. So it's both, literally both. Finally, the relevant documents should be submitted to the Prime Minister of Japan. Right. So who was it way back then? Right, Mr. Shinzo Abe. Does Max have anything in regards to Mr. Shinzo Abe? Well, we'll get to that in a second. But it says, which will take effect after being sealed. Only in this way can we finally get a license to engage in the business of the encrypted asset exchange. Now, the point is this, okay? The point is due diligence, applying and being regulatory compliant. They've already more than proven themselves. I mean, anybody can look more into this if they choose to do more of that type of research. Well, Max, this is a lot of text on the screen. Do you really sincerely have something that has proof of this? And the answer is yes. Well, can you show me? Well, absolutely I can. Let's full screen this. So here's an actual screenshot. And of course, this is cited from Reddit, but this was screenshotted from fsa.go.jp from somebody's cell phone and so on. And at the time, you could view it. I don't know if you can view it now, but the point is, actually, you can't view it now. But there's other ways of going through other avenues to view all this. But the point is, when you go to there, you see other ones listed in Japanese, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum. There's XRP. There's Polkadot. Look at that, guys. Plain as day, right? I mean, I'm not making this up. Polkadot. There's Chainlink, right? But look what happens when we go further down. Boom, JMY. And JASMY's ticker symbol is JMY. Okay? So there is a little bit of that proof, if you will. All right, let's jump into a little bit more of what we have. So there's also other things in regards to some of this FUD. And, I hate to do FUD busters every once in a while, but I feel like I have to do it. All right, because people just don't know. They don't do the extra research, and it's okay. So, yeah, like it says, the absence of these documents is alarming, right? Well, basically speaking, I mean, is there really a lack of paperwork, or is it just a lack of people's understanding of the whole thing? And I think it's just that. It's the lack of understanding and the lack of understanding who they are with. Let me show you guys this. It goes on to mention that the new token listing, I mean, again, this is a few years back, is not particularly complicated, but it is not only does it take a long time, but it's also uncertain whether it will be approved by the Financial Services Agency, but it was. There's no legal provision that the listing of new tokens in Japan must be subject to final review of the FSA. But the truth is, and again, it's just the opposite. And I like this outline. Look at this for a second. They have already prepared for all the what ifs of people like Cryptopolitan and their community and so on. So it says, first of all, it's necessary to inform the FSA in advance and submit all relevant information. Then the Financial Services Agency will comprehensively review all kinds of potential risks of newly issued encrypted assets from the perspective of protecting investment users and evaluate the appropriateness and safety of the assets. The Japanese government should be responsible to the majority of the investment users, including determining whether there is a security risk and whether it causes losses to investors. For the above risk control purposes, the Financial Services Agency will strictly evaluate the listing of a new encrypted asset. Right. It's due diligence. your cryptocurrency on a Japanese exchange has to be regulatory compliant, but they also have to make sure that when that they do their own compliancy as well. Yeah, it's in combination with a third-party institution. FSA has also prepared an application documentation with guidelines with hundreds of pages. Again, JASMY has already done all this. Okay, and again, people can, if they want to look into it more, know Japanese. I mean, I get there's a few more steps to go through. But you got to keep in mind it's a different landscape, if you will. It's a different area of the world, right? We're not going to necessarily have all the best English interpretation, but it's there. Now, for some people are saying, well, let's jump back to what we have in regards to this. Like it says, for instance, what was this part real quick? They should have like some kind of lawyer, right? In regards to the legal side of things. My answer is, okay, that's a great statement. But of course they have some lawyer. And here it is. Hideno Toyoshima. And then, like, what's some of his background? This guy's got a robust background, dating all the way back to 1962. We passed the national bar examination. And some of these guys have helped submit those legal, documentation, if you will. It's there. Legal advisor, right? So if it's all there and this all pans out, is it just a case of people just want to stir the pot? I think so. The last part, ambiguity in associations being connected to reputed companies like Bajit and Sony isn't sufficient proof of legitimacy. Clear partnerships or endorsements would be more assuring. Are you kidding? You really want clear partnerships or endorsements? All right, let me remind people of just that. So number one, how about this for size? Avita. We're always talking about Avita. Is that not a clear partnership? Number two, Care Project, who's also partnered with the Care Project. Ripple. How about recently, PillLab and Bifrost? We talked about getting to that point of having mass adoption. Those two are key factors for mass adoption. Mofiria. That was a recent partnership. Remember the whole thing with the vein in the fingers, right? And verifying identity through a different form other than just, a thumbprint, right? Verifying veins in a person's hand. That's crazy stuff. ASUS, or some people call it ASUS. I'm just reading some of my own notes here. How about, and I joke around with Mr. Magic Power, the Rice Crop Consortium, right? Yes, the Rice Crop Consortium. That's a legit thing. Talk about carbon credits and talk about, JASMY taking things to a whole other level in regards to, that type of industry. All right. I'm not going to get back into that. We did an outline in regards to that. We could talk about War XSS, Wars Scheme, which is SXIM, Tizawit, WITS, right? We understand, remember that WITS leak literally on the window? That was a partnership, but maybe, somebody let that leak out and it wasn't supposed to, and then they went with it. How about Aplix? I did a deep dive about Aplix. I said Kujit maybe 6 months ago was a big key factor moving forward for JASMY. BitPoint, obviously, Mr. Genki Oda. Bajit, like was also mentioned. And of course, how about this one? Did we all of a sudden forget about Travala? So again, that is pretty clear in regards to endorsements, and that is really reassuring. All right, how about this? No coverage in Japanese news. The lack of coverage in Japanese media is suspicious for a Japanese company in cutting-edge field. There has been news, right? It's just that you may not be seeing the news here in the United States, but there is news. How do we know that there's news? JASMY secure blockchain PCs, for instance, right? The whole thing with Avita did make recent news, and even in Japan and even in other areas like Hong Kong and so on. That is news. Just because you don't see it here locally doesn't mean it's not news. A little bit more about this. No mention of apps. In the current age, not having a mobile application or even discussing development is odd and could indicate a lack of technical progress. Not true. How do we know that's not true? Again, let's get back to this for a second. So, basically, Pill Lab, right? And Bifrost. What are they looking to do? Develop some apps. Absolutely. Right. And we talk about, getting that mass adoption through some of these specific apps. So is this another case that people are just, far behind? I think so. All right, next one. Hosting in the US and Canada for a Japanese company hosting itself outside of Japan may raise questions about why they're doing so, although it's not necessarily a red flag. All right, I'm just going to play this and this will speak for itself. All right, let's go ahead and play this. Here we go.
I want the best and the brightest Japanese talent with superb technology and high motivation to dive themselves into Silicon Valley. We have too many middle-sized companies and SMEs which cannot break out of local markets despite having world-class technological capacity that we can boast to the world. Out of such companies, we will select 200 companies in the next 5 years to send to Silicon Valley.
All right, to send to Silicon Valley. Think about what he mentioned. All right, so sending to Silicon Valley is the United States. So why is there so much fear, uncertainty, and doubt when you're literally seeing former, rest in peace, Shinzo Abe, former Prime Minister of Japan, literally just making that, right? So is that such a bad thing if you have literally the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister, literally saying we're going to send 200, here's part of the plan, for we can expand into the United States? Well, JASMY, boom, there you go. That's not, like I said, it's not a red flag, but at the same time, is anybody really understanding the things that are behind the scenes? That comes from the head guy of Japan. It'd be like having our own president of the United States saying, hey, we're going to send 200 of our own companies to Tokyo, right? And then some Yahoo in Japan saying, well, no, that doesn't sound right. We don't want some of you guys coming over here. You're an American-based company. Give me a break. It's called, free enterprise for a reason. All right, just a tad bit more, and we will get back into the comments here in a bit. I want to show you this because this is a Floodbuster special, if you will. So the next part, I'm going to share this on the screen, and it states, where is it? Outdated media, old photos, and videos can indicate a lack of current activity or the company is reusing old assets for a different venture. Okay, there's been a lot of new press in regards to JASMY. So again, I just think people just need to do simple searches. And, for the people that are just like, well, how do I do that, Max? I'm new to JASMY. I don't know how to do that. All you got to do is literally go to, and I'll show you this right now. You go to Twitter, all right? And you go to Reddit and places like that. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So for one, you can do it one of two ways. You do it this way, $JASMY. You pull that up. And then you see people like this, Dip Metaverse, reading about the white paper. Look at all, we're talking about partnerships, right? Look at this, for crying out loud. Shout out to Dip. He reached out to me and gave me some support, and I really appreciate that. Hey, guys, it's just all doing your proper research if you're wanting to do the research. Mention some key things here. Dyson, Panasonic, Levi's. He has a reason for that. And of course, maybe I get into what he's mentioning here in a second, but see how quick that was? What's he talking about here just briefly? He was rereading the JASMY management white paper and a screenshot of what he thinks is very important in the paragraphs with some takeaways. Transcosmos partnership. I didn't even mention that earlier. Yes, Transcosmos. Did we forget about Transcosmos? So again, guys, educating yourself, if you're just going off of what other fudders are feeding you in regards to your, I guess you could say, research, are you getting proper research? Or are you just getting misinformation or just FUD? Again, do your own research. That's why we have this. So that's one way of doing it is, JASMY like that. Another way of doing it is like this. Pull that up for a second. Oh, Neo X Tricks, shout out to him. Look at all the research here. Beautiful research. Great content creator, right? We can, obviously I'll be talking about that maybe tomorrow. Talk about digital twin. Everything highlighted. Public appearance. There's Mr. Hara, right? JASMY Road to the year 2049. You know, big stuff, right? But the key thing is, you are not going to find this information on a simple Google search. Community-driven news is so much more different than mainstream news. Don't get me wrong, you want to pay attention to mainstream news, but you got to keep in mind, if you're going to be educated on any of this stuff, you have to, go further. Reddit, Twitter, watch people like myself and so on, keep you informed. All right, I think there might be just a tad bit. I know this is quite the outline. The last part was says, I don't have the screen up, but using emojis in the AMAs. So what? So what if they want to use emojis in the AMAs? Maybe they want to reach not just an American base of people, but maybe they want to reach their own base of people, like the younger generation, the Gen Zs and so on. There's nothing wrong with that, And like we also mentioned on the live show, Gen Z represents the biggest percentage of population of future, like who are we going to pass the keys to on the next generation for DLT and blockchain? It's Gen Z. They represent, I think, about 28% of that pie graph of investors, right? In second place is some of the other ones. As much as Gen X and some of the other guys want it to be, you guys and so on, right? And I respect you guys, right? Because I'm almost right with you there. Technically I'm Gen X / Gen Y, right in that little 1981 area. But the point is, right, sometimes you got to recognize the cultures, the differences. Maybe they want emojis in the Discord and stuff like that. Is that so harmful? Is that really hurting anybody? No, not really. So that concludes today's JASMY FUD Busters special. And I thank you for listening to it. At the end of the day, know what you hold, know why you hold it. The research trumps FUD 110%. Don't go by just a simple chart. Take the real, true deep dives. You'd be glad that you did. Gonna kick it back into the comments. The next we're gonna get into is recognizing Mr. Learn and Evolve. He says, even though the market is rough right now, we still need to rise and become rich if we stay the course. That's very, very true. All right. Let's see here. How can we get you monetary support because the content is valuable? Thank you. Yeah, this is right from Tim. I mean, no super chat yet. Max needs to watch ours first. I mean, yeah, as far as that goes, I mean, hopefully, I don't know, maybe later on this week or something, I can figure out a way to do some graphics. They'll be up here. And then that way you could just use your phone or whatever. And then, if you want to send crypto or whatever the case be, it'd be like a QR code. There's other ways of going about it. And I'm going to try to figure out how to do that. And of course, I'm going to have to work towards getting my watch hours up and all that stuff. It's part of rebuilding. But I'm not going to let it get me down, And the way I look at it, it's a nice fresh start. So watching the live show is one thing, but I also realize that there's a lot of other factors where I need to get people to simply come back and, I need a YouTube algorithm to recommend this channel because it says, it sees that, hey, this guy's putting out a bunch of ISO 222 related crypto out, or JASMY, or, Quant ISO TC 307. You get the point, right? Getting things back into the swing of things. And then I think what will happen is, even for people that are like, oh, man, what happened to this guy? I like watching this guy. They'll see, oh, okay, it recommended this. Oh, this is a new channel. You get how that works. Because not everybody's going to be following me on Twitter, and I get that. Yeah. All right, Legrand Commission says at 7:05 p.m. he messaged me on X. X go and give it to you. All right, let's check that out for a second. So let's pull up Mr. Legrand Commission's Twitter. And what does it say? What does it say? It says something about Gary the Gopher Gensler. Oh, man. So, you know what? Let's do something real quick. Here's something that you guys have missed, right? Let's have a good show. Let's have a good time. Smash a like if you haven't done so already. And we have some news report from CTN sideline reporter, Mr. Legrand Commission. So let's see about pulling this up for a second. And we'll get into all of the good stuff here in a moment. Yes, here we go. Never mind. I'm glad I caught it. Want to know why I'm glad I caught that? Because it had the old stuff from the old channel on there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to make a new one. Anyway, I caught. I'm like, no, I don't want to share that. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna jump into it. And again, this comes from Mr. Le Grand Commission, and it is in regards to Gary the Gopher Gensler. Let's pull this up. All right. So here it is. Let me scroll down a little bit. All right, comes straight from Cointelegraph. And what is this all about? So it states SEC's Gary Gensler to hold firm on crypto enforcement in Senate hearing. This is a last-ditch effort, right? Despite his agency suffering a slew of losses in the courts, Gensler is sticking to his guns at the Senate Banking Committee hearing. Oh, boy. Seemingly unfazed by a recent slew of court setbacks, United States SEC Commissioner Gary Gensler remains headstrong that his agency should be the one to reign over crypto, with plans to tell lawmakers the same on September 12th. Good luck with that, because, I mean, it shouldn't just be, I don't know, the same thing that he's used to be in the past. I think you're going to have some people being really objective of, some of the things he's going to introduce. It says in the last 2 months, the security regulator, in the last 2 months, the securities regulator lost out the both, Grayscale and Ripple, seen as a huge blow to the regulator. In his prepared testimony for the Senate Banking Committee hearing, Gensler will reiterate the view that crypto assets are in fact securities and should be regulated by his agency. He's just going to pound the beat or pound that drum, to the tune of his own drum, right? It's just unbelievable. The Senate hearing will be in regard to the SEC's oversight on certain matters. Quote, given this industry's wide-ranging non-compliance with the securities laws, it's not surprising that we've seen many problems in these markets. We've seen this story before. It's basically reminiscent of what we had in the 1920s before the federal securities laws were put in place, reads, of course, Gensler in regards to his testimony. Ahead of tomorrow's banking GOP hearing, Gensler released a testimony he will give to the committee. You can read more about that if you choose to do so. Sticking to a consistent theme, Gary Gensler, of course, asserted that almost all crypto assets meet the Howey test. Oh, my God. Nothing like, re-referencing outdated things that we just simply don't. We need to move on for this, right? A legal test which determines whether or not an asset transaction can be deemed a security. The vast majority of crypto tokens likely meet the investment contract test. Given that most crypto tokens are subject to the securities laws, it follows that most crypto intermediaries have to comply with securities laws as well. You know what? Enough about this guy. Can I just state this real quick? So, the SEC supposedly is supposed to have our best interests at heart, right? Protecting us as in consumers and so on. Investors, you name it. When I look at the bigger picture of this, it's like, what about police, right? Just hear me out for a second. I think you know where I'm going with this. It's like, police are supposed to serve and protect, right? Well, I don't see how this guy's really serving us and protecting us. If anything, he's just tanking the market something fierce. And this is, again, fuels that fire of, you know what? This is all based on design. They're doing this on purpose. He doesn't really care about, the retail investors and so on. He may say that he does, but he's more about, causing some of that distress for Wall Street can buy this, during an extreme accumulation phase. That's why I believe. A lot of you guys believe it too. Some of you don't, and that's okay. Judge Annalisa Torres, of course, handed down the SEC's first major legal defeat back on July 13th. We know this. But yeah, you can read more about this, and that's what's going on. There's also the whole thing about Library, who filed a notice of appeal against SEC. I will read that. I guess that happened on September 7th. Library filed a notice of appeal against the ruling, a move that has reversed its previous decision to wind down and shown that it will choose to fight the court ruling that side with the SEC. And then, you know what? I think, it was just a matter of time that this happened. Because if you think about it, I think Library was hoping and praying that Ripple would have won a 2/3 victory or more. And I think this is good timing on their behalf. And you know what? If Ripple gets a full victory by the end of this month, you better believe that is definitely going to help Library out, and rightfully so. Library does not have the money and the assets of Ripple. You know what I mean? So I'm rooting for them to win this appeal as well. All right. So glad to share that with you guys. That came from oh my God, I almost said it. See, it's an old habit. That came from MaximusCrypto, sideline reporter, Mr. Legrand Commission. God, bite my tongue on that one. My God. Blasphemy, Max. Blasphemy, right? Yes. All right, let's go further down. We're welcome to Stardog is in the house. Glad to have you, Mr. Stardog. Always glad to recognize some of the old OGs of OGs. Does Randy have Twitter? Anyone? I don't think so. I never saw him on Twitter. Yeah, I miss that guy. Maybe we should just rename this channel to Mud Butt Talk Now. Then boom, he would have saw it. But no, I'm kidding. You know where we're going with that. But dear, all right, cool. Yeah, I mean, he reached out to me. I had him as a friend. That's cool. Max, other than Gala, what gaming cryptos are you into? Oh man, I don't think I'm into any gaming cryptos at the moment. That's a good question. I mean, technically speaking, you could say Hedera, right? If think about it, right? Am I too far off? But nothing that was just blatantly focused on gaming. So, all right. Kylo. That's right. Kylo. I apologize. Remember, we got this right. I'm sorry. Keep in mind, it's been a hell of a week or last week. Kylo says, great question, Cash. He sold his bag. He's wanting to get into game Web3 crypto. Cool. Very cool. All right, let's see here. Brian Dowie, Max, when you put out a few videos, you will get a ton of. So yeah, I definitely need to do that because I'm gonna put out on Twitter. Usually, if I put out like a JASMY or Quant, something like that, we'll get the ball rolling again. So yep, you're right. Thank you for that reminder, Mr. Brian Dowie. Just unsub from the other channel. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, in reality, what's the point? So. I'm pretty sure you got it. If you didn't get it, let me know. This is all at 7:09. It's 8:02. I'm about an hour behind. I'm sorry about that. As Cash would say, classic Max, you got to be an hour behind. All right, trip to the moon. I'm just glad I was on the other stream when snaked it and we got directly here. I'm going to make myself comfortable in Bree. All right, cool. I'm glad that you found I'm glad you found us, man. Really, I mean that. Thank you. All right. I think I gave it to you. Let me see. Let me double check the other screen real quick. Let's highlight that. Thank you to whoever's hitting those little emoji things. I also see Mr. Blue Whale Ricky is here. Be Ricky. All right. Where is Mr. Magruder? Oh, he's already got it. Okay, that's cool. Very, very cool. All right. So let's go down to a few more comments. All right. Edward Vincent, the Squidward, Mr. Squid. And by the way, I want to say this real quick. I don't know if some people noticed it before, but I finally fixed this little fuzzy stuff that was on top. I got that all cleaned up. It looked like it was an old 80s VHS tape at the top. I don't know. Maybe some people saw it. I saw it on the recorded. Anyway, no mistake where you are. This is it. Thank you, Edward. Hey, I saw we were ticked up to the 38. Maybe we could tick up to the 40s. That'd be super cool. I mean, guys, for the first day, this is awesome. I'm very humbled, very thankful. Thank you so much. You guys rock. All right. Corey Bibe, you too, man. Can't type, but my defense is 3M and I'm smoking a fatty. Hey, man, do what you got to do. Kick back, relax. That's where it's at. That's not necessarily my thing, but I don't judge, man. I'm just glad that you're part of our community and, you're here and you're supportive and so on. And if you want to relax, by all means, relax, enjoy yourself. All right, let's go further down. Yes, Learning Evolve does have a wrench. If there's anybody else I forgot, I'm sorry about that. All right, let's see here. No, I don't own any of that. I don't know what that is actually. Legrand says, I'm putting a claim with my bank. I'm not letting Alf. God. Wow. I never even thought about that. You know, he's right. You guys know he's right, though, right? All right. Look, I'm not going to keep going. Anyway, I'm not going to let Alf take my money. You know, if you guys want to do that, I would recommend it because you know darn well as soon as if he hasn't done so already, he's going to do it. And it's theft. He committed a felony, but I don't want to make it about him. I just do feel bad about that. And that's why I didn't want to come right on here immediately and be like, oh, yeah, here's my thing or my QR code and blah, blah, blah. Like, you have no idea. I do feel really, really bad about that. And for the record, for some people are thinking, you know, like, how do you let that happen? You know, I did change all the passwords. I like remove all the devices and all stuff like that. I don't understand how it happened. The only thing I could think of is somehow, you know, he convinced Google that, you know, he's the one who got hacked because he got all the payments all those many months. Anyway, enough about him. All right. Yeah. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. It's not JASMY scam, but yeah. There you go, Corey. There you go. You know, I've been told that when I try to do that voice, it sounds more like Adam Sandler. Like one time I was trying to do Guns N' Roses, you know, November Rain, and people are like, that doesn't sound like Axl Rose, man. It sounds like sounds like Adam Sandler. I'm like, does it really? And they're like, yeah. You know. Anyway. Anyway, I get where you're going. All right, Elright Senior. Yes, know what you hold. Sorry about that. All right, Senior. Let us all think about where this channel will be and how this is going to help us be solid in our goals. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. There's another guy that I would like to see. You know, I'm just trying to think of people that kind of come in here. I will eventually reach out to people like Rafael Santos. I mean, I don't think he understands the situation. You know, there's Rick Cogswell. There's a lot of people. I mean, some people think, oh, you don't remember so and so. Yeah, I do. You know, John Francis. You know, there's a lot of guys. So like, try to think of anybody that was consistently part of a community that you were like, what about this guy? What about that guy? Because you know what? They obviously enjoyed the show. They appreciated the content and so on. Like, let's try. You know, it's not just me, right? Let's try to get him back. And some of you guys are doing that, and I do appreciate that. All right. He definitely sounds like Adam Sandler. Oh, geez. You know what? I'm going to pull that up now. What is it? Hold on a second. Let me see. Hey, Archie, when I look into your eyes, I can see a love restraint. That probably does sound like Adam Sandler, huh? But, darling, when I hold it, I'm not going to do it anymore. Yeah. It's in the cold November rain. Adam Sandler, apparently, huh? I've been told that before. Anyway. All right. He broke my heart. Then he hurt me. Then he hurt you guys. Not cool. Yeah. I don't know. Oh my God. Yes, that's who he sounds like. Yeah, I know. I've been told that before. Like, I'm not intentionally doing Adam Sandler, but people are like, you don't understand. It sounds like Adam Sandler. That's fun. We're having a good time, right? All right. Kylo says, guys and gals, how many friends and family members have you tried to give a crypto investment tip and you get nothing but crickets? Or is it only me? They don't get it. Even, how about this, right? Like I had a few friends, you know, like you and like my best friend, Mike Wool, you know, like he invested in crypto and so on. But it's, for me, like I literally show people like, look, I got bit by the crypto bug. You know, I'm not rich. I'm not. But you know, 10K to 120K, I never made that kind of money in my life, you know, especially as a school teacher. I was like, you don't make that kind of money. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess maybe back east or something in Massachusetts, possibly. Definitely not here in Arizona. But the key thing is, yeah, got bit by the crypto bug. And then I could, you know, once you experience some of this stuff, it's like you can't stop talking about it. But even then, there's going to be people that are in the naysayers. And you want to know something? You guys are part of like, I hate to use the expression the 1%, not the 1% of like, the elite wealthy, and I mean the future will be. You're literally part of like 99% of people out there is just doing the same safe thing. I'm not saying that like it's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, there's people just going to do that. I just don't want to be that guy who, after I look back at everything and I'm on my deathbed, I mean, hopefully it's something like that. I don't know. For some people, like, I just want it quick. I understand that too. But if it ends up being like an old guy and, 90s or who knows, 100, I don't know, whatever the case be. I want to look back and be like, I wish I could have, I remember the fourth industrial revolution. I remember when we were going to Web3. If I only had no, we've all actually done it as we speak. Think about it for a second. We have all done this as we speak. Some people say, well, how so? I already mentioned it earlier. Google, Facebook, Microsoft, IBM, Apple, you name it, right? There is so many. NVIDIA, that's probably a recent one, if you think about it, right? There is so many. Tesla. So are we really going to just like forget the mistakes? How about my mistake? I've known about Bitcoin, BTC since 2010. I was telling Mike Cornwell this the other day. I'm really proud to mention this. It's just like I invested almost 12,000, right, into a supercomputer, right? And I still have a supercomputer. Done some upgrades since then. But I had to pay, like, at the time, I think it was like a little over $8,000 just in memory, right? RAM. Like this certain type of what they call DIMM server memory. And because I thought this was the thing. And then at the same time I was doing this, I was just seeing this whole talk about Bitcoin. And I was just like, what is this Bitcoin thing? And at the time, the only ones I saw was like BTC. And I think there was like two other ones. And that was it. And I said to myself, this seems like a big deal, but I don't understand it. Should have read the white paper. You know what I mean? And that's the key thing. Every single time I've seen examples of people who read that BTC white paper back in the day, like they just were like, holy crap, this is amazing, And yeah, of course it's amazing because they became millionaires like a few months, like a year, they put an investment, a year later became a multimillionaire. But my key to you guys is I am not waiting on the sidelines for this, this is it, literally. So to read more of your comment, yeah, it's crickets to them because it may be Greek to them. Blockchain, they don't understand it. DLT, they don't understand it. It's not that we're being rude about it, but they just don't simply understand these concepts. A lot of people aren't going to take the deep dives. I mean, it also depends on some people's backgrounds. For some people, they've had it good most of their life, Some people have. I haven't had it good most of my life. Technically speaking, according to economic reports, I guess you could say, that income threshold line when I was a kid. Yeah, I guess you could say I was part of that poverty line. Seeing like other neighborhood friends and they get to go on, a yearly vacation. With our family, I think we went on a vacation like, I don't know, man, maybe once every 6 or 7 years or something like that, or maybe 5 years. I don't know, just roughly, right? We have, our version of a vacation is a weekend getaway. You know what I mean? There's all sorts of definitions of people's what they deem as a vacation. For some of you guys, hey man, going to like Hawaii or for a whole week, and then having it like a resort type thing where you get the whole pampered, like don't do crap type of thing, and people are feeding you lobster and shrimp like crazy and giving you Mai Tais and I don't know, whatever drinks that you like or whatever your spouse like. You get what I'm saying. You're just chilling on the beach, right? I never experienced anything like that. But my thing is this. I think I want to take a chance, and I did take a chance because the way I look at it is I have some big hopes and dreams just like anybody else, right? And some of you guys do as well. Some of you guys, the way you look at it is you want generational wealth because, you want your your kids not to struggle, whatever the case be, right? We all have different ways of looking at things, but yeah, trying to tell the average person, especially even for myself, even other friends and stuff like that, relationships in the past and stuff like that, they don't see it. They don't, and I'm not judging them. It's just that they don't get it, and I'm not here to convince those people. I don't mean that sounds bad, right? We mean by those people, but this is not multi-level marketing, right? Nowadays they call it network marketing. Think about how bad the name is. It's such a bad name. MLMs are such a bad name. They call it network marketing. This is not anything like that, right? At all. So my key thing is, let me just double check the time real quick. Okay, 8:15. Yeah, the beautiful thing is you're not selling anybody on anything. You're not knocking on somebody's door. You're not making a cold call. You're not, doing any of that stuff. For some of your family members that you love and appreciate, you are telling them about it. Are they deaf to it? Could be, But how about this? They all will no longer be deaf to any of this when it pops off again, And think about it. This has happened before. Guys like LeGrand Commission, he's already experienced bull markets of the past. I only experienced one. Some of you guys have never experienced one. There's no judgments, But one thing is a fact. I'll state this. You know what we're all going to experience together? I think we all experience one more bull market. And some of you guys have stated it's the last bull market. And we all experience a utility run in the future. And even Investor Place, which is a premium service I'm subscribed to, I pay for annually, they even mention a utility run. Utility run has never happened before, yet. But think about it, yet. And all these people are like, Stellar, I've seen people, Stellar's a scam. It's only worth 12 cents. Every single time I see somebody say something nonsense like that, I literally think to myself, there's no way some of these guys have done the proper research. Especially as XRP, I know I get criticism about like, man, you're a quant maxi. I'm not quant maxi, but I do put some focus on quant. My new goal for quant is 200 QNT. Am I going to get to that point overnight? There's no way I'm going to get to that overnight. Those are some of my goals. I've seen so much stuff that like, I just look at like, yeah, QNT is my second chance at Bitcoin, as in BTC, in 2013. Why would I state that? Because QNT, basically speaking, is at roughly $100. BTC was at roughly $100 at that time. Similar situations where we have scarcity. BTC, like what, 22 million BTCs. QNT, significantly less, 14.5 million. What, Mike Cornwell talked about this the other day. Did we all forget about this? I think a lot of us did. A lot of us are talking about JASMY Q4 lockup. I could have sworn maybe it was a year ago we were talking about maybe quant lockup. So can you imagine a lockup with QNT? Remember how we talked about getting priced out of QNT? There you go. Maybe that's another thing we got to revisit. And I'll try to keep that, or maybe even talk to Quant Papa. Shout out to him in regards to a QNT lockup, because you know what? We all have hopes and dreams, but the way I look at it is QNT for me is tied with XRP. It's the one. Okay, I love Stellar as well, but I'm also looking at like we have an extension of the accumulation phase. So for QNT, it's like if there's a real lockup that's going to be anytime soon, then when am I going to run out of time? Am I going to get priced out of quant? I'm not the only guy talking about getting priced out of quant. You guys have seen other content creators talk about it, right? Rich, a lot of other people. All right, let's go further down to a few more comments. Mrs. Muff holding it down while he's gone. Yes, Mrs. Muff. All right. Let's see here. Too much. What the heck? All right. There's Mr. Z. All right. Did you get one? Mr. Z? Yep, he got one. All right. Max update. Watch hours are up 52.8 since you started this live. Keep up the hard work. Oh, thanks. And then not only that, the recorded videos too. So do appreciate that. Please smash the like if you haven't done so already. We'll get into a little more coverage. We're going to read a couple more comments. Everyone on your best behavior. There's a new sheriff in town. Oh, geez. How about this? It's not there's a new sheriff in town, right? Well, unless you're the sheriff. I forgot about that. If you're referring to me, it's not that there's a new sheriff in town. It's a new town, right? It's kind of like Little House on the Prairie. Did anybody see the final episode of Little House on the Prairie? Well, spoiler alert, I'm just going to say it anyway, right? You know, they were all forced to move, right? But they were a community. They were a community stuck together. And what the heck did they do to Walnut Grove? They TNT the living hell out of that thing. That was a great episode. Anyway. All right. I think GT got wrenched, if I'm not mistaken. Did you not get wrenched? That sounds so weird. Wrench me. Now I can't see it. Maybe he took off. I don't know. Anyway. All right. Let's kick it into the next part of comments because we're about, I don't know, 2 hours and 5 minutes into the show. Let's jump into, excuse me, what we have next on our lineup for you guys. So our numbers kind of jump up and down, and I'm more than thankful. I mean, I like Mike Cornwell was saying, like even 10 would be nice on the first day. I mean, to see this attendance the first day on the new channel, unbelievable. So incredibly grateful, so humbled with this. All right, so I'm just going to clear some tags out in regards to what we talked about in regards to JASMY, which was cool. Let's talk about Amex, American Express, a company that gave me like 3 interviews or something like that. Another one who told me that, Max, you're overqualified. Mr. Stanley, you're overqualified. Please, are you serious? You're going to give me 3 interviews to finally tell me that? What a waste of time, right? All right, so let's jump into this. This is American Express Ripple XRP news. Comes straight from the one and only Crypto Mike. Please smash a like for that Ripple XRP. And Mike, who is a MaximusCrypto sideline reporter. By the way, if you want to be a sideline reporter as well, simply let me know. You can do it in the comments or you can message me on Crypto Twitter. But yeah, Mike's a sideline reporter, and he has this report in regards to, Ripple's XRP. So it says Amex is building their SME and corporate customer supplier payments on what? RippleNet, creating a global network of clearing partners around the globe. You know how many times we've consistently seen a lot of, news about, clearing partners or clearing houses and so on. This SME tailored service is targeted to improve servicing and drive customer acquisition. By using Ripple, American Express speeds the time to market, lowers costs, and delivers a better customer experience. You better believe that when it comes to the credit card companies and so on, they are getting in with the whole topic of innovation and where we're going with future, distributed ledger technologies and so on. Some people stated like, well, currently MasterCard and Visa, they still significantly have way faster TPS, and that is true. But if you think about it, there's a lot more to it than just that, and especially when it comes to like what we talk about with banks. We saw John Deaton talk about, how frustrating it is for Ripple investors that they have to use the old system of, going through with a traditional bank and sending a payment and having to wait 5 to 6 days or more for clearing, right? When they're investing into a technology, they're supposed to do it within 3 to 5 seconds with finality. That is incredibly frustrating. I love this message that Mike has basically sent, and I want to read part of this. This is good stuff. So like he says, this is what it all boils down to, I'm not gonna read that part, but anyway, I like what he says in regards to, investors have chosen the right cryptos that are going to be adopted. You're not, maybe some of you guys are into meme tokens. I'm not bashing on your investments. You got to do what is best for you, right? At the end of the day. But for me personally, I have learned a lot of coming out from, being invested in, going after meme tokens. Like I talked about, it's kind of like a casino to a sense. It's like, yeah, you may hit a jackpot or something like that. You're like, oh my gosh, I was doing the one-arm bandit and I threw $500 at the one-arm bandit. Think about how it sounds, the one-arm bandit, right? And then after $500, I hit it for $1,000, right? So basically, you're at like a $500 profit, okay? And then you're like, well, I'm having fun. I'm going to go hit up the blackjack tables. And then the blackjack takes some of that money. And now you're like, oh my gosh, I only up like a couple $100. Well, guess what? I'm going to go back to those slot machines. That's how I originally want it, and the next thing you know, you're wrecked. At the end of the day, on the short term, right? You may end up being ahead, but the long term, the house is always going to win. And I kind of looked at it that way from the perspective of meme tokens. Some of us get really lucky. Maybe you're a guy that got lucky with Pepe, right? You're like, oh my gosh, man, I put in $500 in Pepe, and I'm up at the $5,000. And for you, that's your crypto getting bit by the crypto bug. But is it? Is it really? Because there is a difference, right? Yeah, Max, you're being hypocritical. You always talk about Shiba Inu. You talk about Doge. There's other ones, guys. Did we forget about Kronos? You know what I mean? That was a $1,700 investment. That one became $10K, right? And I took my profits out of that one. I went with my gut. But my key thing is, there's nothing wrong with what you got to do, but hopefully you have learned that you want to get that generational wealth. And are the meme tokens realistically going to stick around? When you hear Brad Garlinghouse, like we're talking about Ripple, talking about 99% of the stuff is going to go away, yeah, you better believe that some of the meme tokens are. Will the Cokes and Pepsis of Doge and Shiba Inu stick around? I think so, But for me personally, especially when it comes to Shiba Inu, I think at 3 zeros and a 1, I might be completely out. There's going to be ones that take profits 100%. There's going to be other ones that take a partial profit, like maybe 1/3, 2/3 profits. And there's, of course, like ones I said, or take all of it. And then there's, of course, Ripple, Quant, XLM, a few others, right? I may very well marry because I want to earn passive income in the future. So Mike is right with what he says here. Real utility coins. Grab the right ones, become rich. These are the cryptos that go up and don't go back down. Think about it. The market can't be volatile for the big institutional players to come in. When they finally come in, it's because they finally saw that we have the framework, and then comes the clarity. Otherwise, they wouldn't come in. This other statement that Mike makes is, let's talk about ISO 222, and adoptions are coming very soon in the monetary system, especially after the inflation is crushing the world. True. You guys see it happening as we speak. Liquidity will be offered in crypto. This is the only way to save the money system. Have you done your proper research in regards to this? Have you taken your deep dives into what he's talking about? If so, you would know that he is spot on with that statement. Goes on to also mention, we are running rampant downhill. If you're not paying attention, you will get in on the greatest transfer of wealth history. Hopefully you are paying attention. Time is now. It's about to happen. Wake up, QNT, XRP, XDC, XLM, Casper Network. Partners attached to the new system of money that's coming very, very soon. Blood is in the streets of crypto. Blood is in the streets as we speak. People will buy the fear. Who's buying the fear? The big whale investors, the institutions. May not seem like it. Maybe in front of a TV camera, they're saying, no, we're not doing that. You better believe behind the scenes, they are doing it, because you literally see, especially when it comes to like a big whale buying a bunch of ETH, we can track that on Etherscan, and we always follow those things. So yeah, for me in 2021, I was so excited. Oh my gosh, 11x on a Shiba Inu. I am not about 11x anymore. I'm about those 100x's, 1000x's. Which ones are part of that, right? These ones that are attached to the future of this new monetary system. The quantum financial system is a real thing. Which ones have you already accumulated? All right. Glad to share that from Crypto Mike. And let's get back into a few more comments. Let's see here. Kylo says, right cash in some ways to tell folks they can never say I didn't warn them or tell them. Right. And especially when it comes to warning them and telling them. Let's face it, like there's this new show I've been watching. I don't watch a lot of TV, but every now and then, like I need a kind of time to unwind. So the newest show I'm watching, and I know that Magic Johnson doesn't like it. He said that he's like, a lot of it's not fake, but he even states that, it's traumatized, but it's a good show. It's called Winning Time, right? You know, the story about the Lakers dynasty. I just like the format of it. There's a hip hop vibe to it. It's a really cool show made by HBO. But, you know, the key thing that I like to mention is, you know, like what you said, you know, you tell folks that you can never say you didn't warn them or tell them. You know, I forgot the example I was going to make. I draw a blank there, but, you know, we can warn as many people about this. And, I know what the example I was going to make. In that show, it shows Magic Johnson, you know, Irvin Magic Johnson, as he's coming up, and he gets that first deal of $500,000 back in 1979. And you see all out of nowhere, all these people, because he's made it, right? Like people that didn't care about him before, and all of a sudden now they care about him. Hit him up for money. All the stars. I mean, you can imagine that's what's happening. That's the way I look at it for us in the future. We can warn them and tell these people, hey, you need to hop into this, but they don't listen to us. I hate to say it, because they don't look at us as already being established, you know, and already making it. You know, they're basing their research based on, well, how rich are you currently, not how rich are you in the future. Most people do not do that. You know, what kind of car are you driving right now? What kind of house are you living in right now? Well, you're recommending me to jump into this. Well, yeah, but I'm also saying do more of your own research. They won't admit it, but the fact of the matter remains that they do not want to do their own research, and they just want things proven to them. Hence why, even as we speak right now, you will see a lot of people who will still jump into meme coins, because the way they look at it is that is the quick, proven thing. I can make a lot of money real quick. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing, but I'm not chasing it down anymore. And maybe some of you guys aren't chasing it down anymore. And maybe some of the friends that you have recommended or family that you recommended saw you chasing down some of it. And I'm not saying this is you, Kylo. I'm just being real, because I've seen this happen to other people. But maybe that's what they're basing it on. You recommended this meme token. This meme token went to crap. I'm not going to listen to you, because now you're all of a sudden talking about the utility stuff. How do I don't know what to do now, because I don't know what to think of it anymore, you know? And that's kind of like where I'm at. My focus is I'm going to stick the course with this. You know, you could basically call yourself, or all of us if we want, you know, like tortoise investors. Why is that? Because the tortoise finishes the race. You guys know the story of the tortoise and the hare. And that's just the way I look at it. You buy, you hold. Let's finish the race together. Let's finish the marathon together. Tortoise investor, I don't think I'm too far off. All right, let's see here. Brian Dowie says, no worries, Max will be back another day, or he will be back another day. Yeah, that's true. I know what you're talking about earlier. Let's see. When Muff wrenched. He didn't get a wrench? Oh, my God. Really? I'm so sorry, Mike Cornwell. When will the Muff get his wrench? Let's see here. I could have sworn I gave it to him to begin with. Maybe it was somebody else because he connected late. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I see it now. I'm so sorry, Mike. Here you go. There you go. Boom. Mr. Elon Muff. All right. I also see River. I'm sure he wants one too. Add as moderator. There you go, River. Michael Montclair's in the house, man. Good to see you, Michael. Good to see you, man. I'm gonna hook you up as well. Let's see here. Add as moderator. There we go. If there's anybody else that wants it, let me know. I think GS, you had it before. I'll just go ahead and add you as well. And yeah. All right. So let's get into a few more comments. Let's see how we're doing. Learning Vol says 10K, what a ripoff. Tim, I paid 5K. Oh, geez. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Mr. Dingy, I haven't read a lot of your comments today. I'm sorry about that. A lot of activity around JASMY lately and price free falling. Well, think about it, man. Remember, like I always said, I mean, is this any shocker? Why would JASMY be all of a sudden like just move away from the market? The market is following. It's falling. The overall market is falling. Let's double check on the overall market. Can we just take a look at it real quick? Are we below? No, we went up a little bit. But earlier, guys, look at this. Let's pull this up. We were at 1.01 trillion. And I felt as though that, we talk about these crucial support lines, like, we fall below this, we're going to go into the billions. So there's a lot of fear. And even as we speak on watching the show, I'm thankful for what we have here. But some people are like, I don't know. I like this Max guy, but I also have the fear. I want out of here. I got to go to bed or something. And it's okay. But here's what I want to show you. Okay, so 1.03 trillion. We were down to 1.01 on the 1 hour chart. Though BTC and ETH are starting to go up. Now, JASMY, of course, was significantly down earlier. Let's see what's going on with some of the JASMY stuff, as well as the rest of my watch list. XRP is up 2%. But come on, guys, 2%. Is that even worth paying attention to? Now, see this where it says BitTorrent old. You know how happy I would be if that said BitTorrent new to be up 64% on the hour and 1,500% of the 24. If that was the case, oh my gosh, my BitTorrent would be worth a ton right now. And I'd be finally so happy because I put 4K into BitTorrent. And don't put 4K into BitTorrent. I'm just saying that, don't do that. All right. But going more into this, is there anything else going on the 1 hour chart? Well, Relio's up 4.5%. Now let's check out some of the other ones. You know where we're going with this. JASMY. All right, look at this. You guys think I make some of this stuff up? I don't make this up. This is a perfect example. Boom. Perfect example. 3.30% on the 1 hour chart. How many times have we mentioned? Let me see what's going on with my screen. So let me come out of the screen for a second. Look at this for yourself, guys. 3.30% on the 1 hour chart. Down 2.41% on the 24. Down a little bit on the 7 day. All right. Now let's go back. Okay. Let's go back to the previous screen because this is a great example. All right. Let's refresh this. Okay. So we know that, JASMY is an ERC20 token. 7 day chart, Ethereum down 2% roughly. 24-hour chart, down 1.77%. So is that a good example in regards to, hey, JASMY does move with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Boom. A great example. If Bitcoin and Ethereum still represent 81% of the overall crypto market, and they do, should we be so surprised to, when we saw JASMY has been down, right? And like you said, free falling. All right. The market was free falling. So 81% of the overall market is these two. Maybe I sound like this is not me, disrespecting you, Dingy. I love you, man. But what I'm saying is, I just want people to think like, did something happen that is beyond us that we don't know about? Is there something secretly happening with JASMY for a free fall? Or do we just need to, reference an actual chart, not like the JASMY overall crypto market for all-time highs or all-time lows, No. All we need to do is see what's going on with JASMY for the week. We just did that. And what happened with Bitcoin and Ethereum, because again, it represents 81% of the overall crypto market. We have to base that off of what's going on now in the last week. Why? We're not to a bull market yet. We're not to the utility run yet. So therefore, we have to still reference those two big players. And we just did. So there we go. All right. Brian Dowie, FTX going to dump the market? No, I think I already read that a long time ago. Let's see here. Hey, man, welcome back to the Big Watch Dude. Hey, good to see you, man. Hopefully you're still here. Yo, Max. What up, bro? Let's see what time it's 7:30. Oh, my God. I'm way behind. Good to see you. Break out and spread your wings. You are a shining star in the crypto space. Thanks, man. I'm just going to stay positive, enthusiastic, and it's definitely a learning experience. As the saying goes, you can't trust anybody, obviously. And I just pray, I want to share something with you guys, all right? I'm not trying to convert anybody or anything like that, but this is good. This is from Legrand Commission. And, this is a really good thing in regards to what's happened recently. So shout out to LeGrand. Okay, this is good stuff. All right. So I want to share this with you guys, and this has helped me, and maybe this will help you. All right. So LeGrand was talking about like the whole thing of, I don't know if you ever heard the story of like, Joseph and the coat of many colors, right? But like things, I was telling my show, every time things seem to go better for me, then like the devil attacks me, basically. Here's a great example. All right. And LeGrand was saying, he says, basically speaking, that there's a story from Galatians 6:9, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due reason or due season we shall reap if we faint not. So he said, so basically look for God, in which I am, and continue to resist the devil by continuing to do what's right, and he will flee from you. I am trying to do what's right. You know what I mean? A lot of us are trying to do what's right. I'm not trying to do things bad. I'm not trying to bring myself bad juju, as Nelly there would say, into my life at all. I'm just trying to do the right thing. I'm just trying to create content and educate people. I don't see what the big deal is. You know what I mean? And the way I look at it is a fresh new start. And I'm going to talk about this stuff all the time anyway, and that's originally why I made a YouTube channel. Because I said to myself, you know what? I'm telling all my friends about this stuff. I'm talking about like crazy. You probably get tired of me hearing about it. And I was like, I just need to reach a bigger platform and so on. But I am thankful for a few things. For one, it was a learning experience. And number two, it helped get me out of my comfort zone. Like I used to be so hard on myself. Like, you're too fat. You know what I mean? People are going to make fun of you being like Gordo and stuff like that. And so like on my DPG Maximus, I never would show my face because, gamers can be, it's kind of, it's messed up. Right. And so I am thankful in regards to, who in that platform, because, it was a place where I was able to start and I was able to learn to get better. And you guys have seen that on my journey. I did get better and so on. But my hope and my prayer was to be able to partner somebody that shared that enthusiasm and passion and so on. I was thinking at first I was getting that, but in reality, as you guys know, I never got that. And so while I was upset about how everything happened, my thing was, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I got so much more in return. I got a great community of people that I know you guys are passionate. Like, I just saw Michael Montclair, connect and so on. And, I remember seeing him say stuff like, man, I'm going to buy some of this crypto if I have to eat ramen for a whole month or something like that. You want to know something? Mike Cornwell is right. He's got this saying, it goes, tough times create tough men. You don't think freaking Michael Montclair is a tough man? Shout out to you, Mike, and your fiance. I think she recognized that you're a tough man. But there's a lot of cases, a lot of us that get in that same boat. We're not giving up on ourselves. I'm not giving up on myself. Yeah, this is a big roadblock for me, and I could be like just depressed. And don't get me wrong, I got depressed over it. Yeah, I had my moment, like, oh my God, you know what I mean? But you know what? I got my other moment too. I was just like, yeah, you know what? Like a butterfly, like freaking Brittany was saying, it's just like coming out of that cocoon or whatever and spreading my wings and doing my own thing and so on. And I'm glad to do it with you guys because, I believe in the same stuff you guys do. And it's not just, this is not a cult. It's like, I know it sounds kind of like if we believe in it long enough, it's going to pump to the moon, like shout out to Ahmed, when moon. It's more than just when moon. This is amazing technology. What is there not to be excited about? When I see Dr. Lehman Baird and the way he does, these lectures and stuff like that, I'm just like blown away with it. I'm just like, yeah, I'm invested in Hedera, man. And I bought it like for pretty darn cheap. Or, we see what's going on with Zenfin. Come on, guys. Electronics Trades Documents Act is literally going to be go into effect on the 20th. What day is it today? Today's the 11th, 9/11. Sorry about that. But, a week and a half from now, I got to get some more XDC, right? Some of us too. Why is that? Because we believe on like what the heck is happening in the trade sectors and so on. So there is so much to be excited about. And thank you so much for the nice compliment. I'm so glad to have you back here. And thank you for also supporting some other our extended family like Daniel Gayton, Waddy, Crypto Smith, and I've seen you around and so on. Sometimes I can't comment because maybe I'm driving down the road or something like that, or whatever the case be. But Big Watch, I know that sometimes, like you say, you just don't comment, you're in the background, but you did comment right now, and it makes me really happy to see you, man. And I hope that you can be continuously be part of this journey. And anybody that's watching right now who's never commented and you never been here before, whether we have 22 people watching right now, I think maybe at one point earlier we had over 40. It is such an awesome, humbling experience, and I am not going to let what recently happened defeat me at all. I am not going to quit. You want to know why? Because I believe in all this stuff, and I believe in you guys too, and I thank you so much for believing in me. So God bless you guys. I really thank you. Like, you have no idea. I'll read a few more comments. Right Senior says, smash the likes and subscribe. I'm going to double check the other screen real quick. I want to see how we're doing on subs. We are currently at 662 subs. So not too bad. I think I grown like roughly over 100 subs within, the last few days. I mean, am I complaining about that? Heck no, I'm not complaining about that. In fact, I'm going to look at some of the analytics real quick before we get back into a few more comments. And I'm just going to see how I'm doing. Let's see, analytics. Last 28 days. This is the last 7 days. So 79 plus 79 on those analytics. Super, super cool. Yeah, plus 79 within the last 7 days. That's not too bad. That's a nice little start. All right. So let's see here. Just going to put that over there. All right. So what I want to do is just read a few more comments, and we'll go further down. I might have to actually get going soon because I think I just got a call. This guy might need a ride sooner than I think, but I'll check in with him in a little bit. This chat looks like a wrench store. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's see here. Boomer after Sears ain't got nothing on Max's wrenches. I used to work at Sears. That's funny. Boomer, back in 2002, I think it was, something like that. I mean, I was just like in my, I think, early 20s. I was like 20 or what was it? 2002. I've been about, I was like 21. Yeah. And I did work in the parts department. Basically, yeah, the parts department. What am I talking about? I worked there for a little while. That was kind of challenging. So give me just a second. I need to see what's up with this real quick. Oh, okay. Never mind. Hung up. All right. Let me read a few more comments and see what we have left. You found him. He has 3 dislikes and 0 likes. God. All right. All right. Hey, Henry Brown came back. All right, cool. All right, so let me get you that wrench, Henry. Sorry about that, my friend. Let me see about getting you that wrench. Pin chat, you can now pin a message. Yeah, I know about that. All right, let's see here. Where is Henry Brown? Did he disappear again? Oh, my gosh. Poor Henry. He's probably frustrated. Like, what the heck? And he disappeared again. And he's not on the screen again anymore. Oh, I might just have to go back on the replay and just add him. Yeah. Henry, are you here? I think he left. All right. All right. Let's see here. All right. Edward Vincent. Minimize watch time so the algo thinks the content is crap. Oh, jeez. Edward Vincent, he was probably in the chat. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll fill you in. I'll fill a lot of you guys in on a DM. I just don't want to do it here on the live because if anything, he's probably like, have they say anything about me? Like, man, let's not give this guy any more time more than he needs, right? Like, no. I'm not going to read the thing about I get all my info from Max and blankety blank. You know what? I don't want to pull up on screen just in case for some reason YouTube is like, oh, you go inside. I just don't want to take that remote chance. Max, your screen needs dark mode on, brother. You got to keep in mind, I know, my friend. It's all brand new. I got to make some custom graphics and stuff. So yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's go further down. But if you're talking about Twitter, that's a different story. It messes up with my logo and stuff. But anyway. All right, let's see here. Thank you for that, Mr. Z. Share the live. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, Jeff. You know, it's nice to have you back, Jeff. I really mean that, man. Thank you. Sorry about everything in the past, man. That sucks. But it's one of those things. You're all about $1. Who the hell is 50 Cent? No, Jeff, who's Max? Gen X rules. Yeah, again, the whole thing, Wikipedia, it says like sometimes that unclassified is the last of Gen X, or I'm at the beginning of Generation Y. I'm just like, I don't know what to think. I don't know what I'm technically am. But every time a Gen X person like yourself says, did you play out in the street? Yes. Did you ride bikes with your friends and go outside and do all sorts of stuff and get banged up and, cuts and bruises? The answer is yes. Yes. And they're like, well, then you're Gen X as far as I'm concerned. I'm like, does it really matter? But I get what you're saying. I'm not going to lie. Super happy right now. Love you, Max. Love you too, man. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. All right, cool. Very cool. All right. Awesome stuff. I'm just going to go further down. And I will respond to you guys' your DMs and stuff like that. And, Burke, I mean, come on, man. You're part of the family. You know what I mean? I'll give you a heads up on some of the stuff. I just don't want to. I didn't want to make it the Alf show. I'm still not. I'm not gonna mention his name. I'm still that from Legrand. I didn't want to make it the Alf show. Legrand. If you're hearing it from Legrand that he's Alf, I don't know what to say. I mean, there's one thing about us talking about Coney Islands, right, and Carolina, all that stuff, and there's another thing. To literally have somebody like Legrand, all right? No offense, Legrand. I never really thought about it that way. I mean, I remember you mentioned a while back. You know what? You did mention a while back, but it was in secrecy. But now, because you've had literally theft, and I have too. To hell with all that, right? Yeah, Alf it is. Alf talk now. Anyway. Max update. We are 225. Yo, thanks, man. Cool stuff. All right. I'm probably gonna wrap things up in a little. Well, no, I'm not. I think I got a little bit more. I think I got a little bit more in regards to XRP. I'm gonna go from there. So let's see here. Hey, look, how about that? Damn, I found you again. Well, there you go, Mr. B. Ricky. Glad to have you here, Ricky. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thanks, Ricky. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. We'll get you one, man. It's just a brand, a lot of people gotta get that. Hold on. I was wondering who X was. Don't you know X gonna give it to you? All right, Ricky, there you go, man. Congratulations, got a wrench. And let's see what else we got. This is like a high school reunion with Z and Ricky back. Yeah. Now all we need is Romy and Michelle, right? What was that? Mila Servino or whatever her name is, or Mira Sorvino back in the day. Man, it's not too shabby. Mira Sorvino back in the day. Not too bad. You talk about La Grande Commission. I'm telling you yeah, not too bad. Anyway. All right, my fat juice gives me my butt. God, you guys rock. You know that? Like, there's some things that are just never gonna go away, right? The mud butt thing is never gonna go away. The fat juice is never gonna go away. What is something else we always, you guys are always gonna mention Vaseline. I mean, some people don't like that, but it's, you guys have the right to be yourself. So, all right, let's see here. All right, let's see here. No, I didn't get hacked. That's basically what he claimed, and he somehow got it back, which sucks. This is the channel that we're going to stick on from now on, and there's not going to be any confusion. But J-Rock, glad to have you back. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You're not going to have any problem of, like, where do I go? I don't know where to go, So that's what's up. All right. Get off my lawn. Yeah, that's good stuff. All right. Let's see. I might have just a little bit more to share with you guys. I think I need to wrap things up in a little bit because I think this guy wants to get picked up in a little bit. Let's see here. Let me see if he texted me. Hold on a second. Sorry. Let's see. All right, you guys got a group text. Yeah, you know what? I think he did. Okay. He said that he's going to be getting off early, so I need to. We'll continue to do some coverage, but I will have to leave a little bit earlier than I thought. All right, so let's see here. Let's get this from Mike Cornwell. Let me get this comment off the screen real quick. All right. All right, so this comes from sideline reporter Mike Cornwell, and this is in regards to Mr. Man. This is good. I like this one. So it says ISDA, ISDA, right? All right. It says ISDA SIMFA AMG derivatives trading forum. Headline speakers: Bank of America, CME, Citi, TTCC, Stanley Morgan, JP Morgan, Prudential, CFTC, many more on September 21st. Wow. The day after Electronic Trades Document Act is enacted in the UK. Think about that for a second, guys. And we talk about this. Like, am I too far off with my statements of going 3 for 3 for XDC for buy the rumor? I'm just being honest. Will we have new support lows for XDC that's going to be nuts? Probably. Some people will say, no, because it's, the market's going downhill, but maybe the market goes back up at the end of the month. And I don't think I'm the only one that believes that. All right, let's go ahead and play this. Smash the like. It's only a minute. Here we go. All right, so that's really cool. And if anything, give Mr. Man, aka, we call him Spidey. Give him a follow. He deserves your follow. I'll show you how to go about that real quick. So here he is. This is Mr. Man, and he could be followed over at Mr. Man XRP. Very, very cool. Let's share another one with you guys. And I think on this particular one, I know that you guys probably have some more. And if anything, tomorrow there won't be like any interruptions. We'll have to, leave abruptly to go pick somebody up and so on. But on Wednesday I will. So usually it's like Monday and Wednesday I have to do it. But anyway, tomorrow it'll be more back to that format that you used to and so on. Or just kind of get back in the swing of things. So I want to share this one. This is another one that Crypto Mike shared, and we have had Tokenizer on the show before. In my opinion, Tokenizer is the GOAT when it comes to like a grocery list of utility, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, like the people like Lewis Jackson. By the way, I saw Lewis Jackson. He lost his channel. I sent him a message. And I was just like, yeah, I can totally relate to how that goes. He lost his channel. What's up with that, man? Wow, too much drama happening, right? Anyway, we've had Tokenizer on the show. We're looking forward to having him on the show again. This is pretty cool. It's a little parody. This is fun stuff. Tokenizer did this. I got to show you guys this. We're going to play the whole thing. It's only 5.5 minutes. He says, F it. and like Bill O'Reilly. F it, we'll do it live. Here's my interview, or his, with QNT CEO Gilbert Verdin of Quant, right? Of course, it's a parody, right? It's a good laugh. Don't take it serious. But in reality, even though it's fun, this is really cool because he asked the right questions here, and it's almost like it was a real interview to a sense. So it is educational, and there's going to be some things you're going to learn about also that you may think, oh, I already knew about some of this stuff. I could tell you flat out, there might be a couple things you didn't. This is cool. And he had, Tokenizer has worn that sweater on the live show before. So please smash that like. Listen to this. This is our QNT segment. And I think after this, we're going to wrap things up. So please smash that like. I'll try to read a few more comments. And after that, I got to go pick up this kid because, he needs a ride home. So, yeah, please smash that like. Here we go.
Hey, Gilbert. It's an honor to finally get to speak with you. Did you want to just quickly give a quick introduction to our community?
Hi, I'm Gilbert Verdin, CEO and founder at Quant. We're a blockchain infrastructure company, and we've been one of the pioneers in this space, helping establish blockchain standards with ISO TC307 in 2016, and creating protocols and our Overledger platform that solves interoperability for institution, central bank, and enterprise use cases. I was Chief Security Officer at the Department of Health, and I wanted to interconnect health data between different jurisdictions and different systems. And I started talking about how we can use a blockchain overlay as a secure means to transfer and hold very sensitive, patient data, which is, if you look at the dark net, patient data is the most valuable. Health data it costs more to buy than financial data, credit card numbers, etc. So I wanted to do it in a more secure manner. So I started talking about the overlay, which kind of led to the idea of Overledger. How do we have a blockchain overlay that could interconnect different networks and different systems? I started talking about it from a government perspective. The standards people approached me, and they said, "This is really interesting. Can we turn this into an ISO standard?"
Yeah, I love that story. And it's one I've been sharing for quite some time now, just because I think it's so cool how you pretty much turned your struggles and everything you were frustrated with from the financial sector. And instead of just going on with those issues, you're like, what's the best solution to this? And that led to an ISO standard, right? So I feel like that's really saying a lot about your body of work. But to kind of transition with this conversation, how about you touch up on some of the current issues that you're seeing with blockchain technology today that you feel like is really holding us from mass adoption, not just by retail, but at the level of institutions, enterprises, all the way down to individuals?
It's a new nascent technology that's hugely transformative, but difficult to integrate and difficult to bring into any financial institution.
That's awesome. Thanks for that, Gilbert. And I really appreciate you playing that inspirational music in the background to really add that extra suspense to it. Now, to kind of transition a little further into the whole Overledger ecosystem, I'd love to hear more on the overall utilities of the QNT token and how would that play into the whole multi-chain ecosystem of yours.
So the QNT token is at the core of everything that we're doing. And what happens is if you own gateways and you run this on the network, when you process transactions, you get paid in QNT. It's a great ecosystem that we're building, and this will evolve. We want to make it the currency and the payments option for all the data and the transactions that are being put on the network, so people can actually trade in QNT, and it can be used for hundreds and hundreds of use cases around AI, data. If you want to do an MDAP on payments, if you want to do an MDAP as an exchange, if you want to do anything, computes, if you want to create an AWS equivalent on the Overledger network, all of this is possible. So QNT has just become that pure utility token that can be used for everything.
Love it. I think the whole concept that you guys have behind the QNT token, but being a tokenized license for access into the Overledger ecosystem, is such a unique concept. And I truly believe that we'll see much more things similar to this, where you guys are essentially tokenizing the license and access to a specific ecosystem or software, just because we're already seeing kind of the whole subscription economy, right? Now, I kind of wanted to go on to the other side of the world and kind of touch up on some of the things you guys are doing with blockchain and Latin America, because I know you guys are heavily involved in that. So yeah, I'd just love for you to kind of touch up on some of the progress on that and maybe just what you guys have done through the history of connecting with blockchain.
One of the biggest things that we're doing is we're actually creating the Latin American dollar, and that's quite exciting. So this is with the Inter-American Development Bank over in Washington. They've created a LAC-chain consortium, which is the Latin America chain, and they asked us to participate and bring our technology to Latin America. And what that does is it allows us to interconnect the region. So all the countries that we're working with, initially 12 countries, will be using the Overledger technology to create an interbank network between all the different countries and the regions, and then create remittance and payment corridors between the US and Latin America.
I completely agree, Gilbert. It is really exciting to see what you guys are doing with LAC-chain, but not just LAC-chain, but everything you guys are doing with kind of enabling this future of kind of connecting all these different economies at scale, right? And as you guys were saying, it's kind of the globalization of the world and just hyper connecting these interconnected networks within our world all together to seamlessly work within one overlayer. So Gilbert, I just wanted to say thank you again for coming on, and the information you shared was invaluable. And if you'd like to come on in the near future for, you know, an updated discussion on the Overledger ecosystem, I'd love to have you on again. So once again, thank you so much, Gilbert.
Thank you, Tokenizer. And thanks everyone for the really good questions and taking the time to watch. Thank you.
Come on, that was cool. You know, I know we lost a few people in regards to that, but you know what? Shout out to Tokenizer. That was pretty creative. That was pretty cool. And if anything, you probably learned a little bit of something that you weren't aware of, right? Absolutely. All right. I want to just show you guys something real quick on Twitter. I know you guys want me to dark mode, but in reality, I like this mode. So let me show you real quick. So I know this is the mode maybe you don't like, but it is what it is. So if you're not following me on Twitter, okay, you definitely can. I will change the banner, all that stuff. You gotta keep in mind, I had to do rebranding. Okay, I'm up to 2022, so I have more followers on Twitter now than I do on YouTube. It's what comes with the territory, and that's okay. But yeah, you can still follow me at DPG Maximus. That part has not changed, as you can see on the screen. And we will get back into the swing of things. We're slowly getting back into the swing of things. And I'm so grateful for that. And everybody who's helped out tonight, thank you for that. There's going to be a few more comments, and then we're going to wrap things up because, you know, we're approaching the 3-hour mark and so on. But sorry I got so behind. You know, again, I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things. But I hope that maybe I can chop up some of what we shared earlier, especially with JASMY and stuff like that, and get that out and start getting this algorithm going on. But yeah, Ricky, it's glad to see you back here. Look forward to seeing Badir again, obviously. Thanks, Mr. Z, Jeff Pruden. Again, I appreciate it, man. Mike, all you guys, man, you guys rock. I was on the lawn and he threw the rocks. Yeah. All right. What is BTC at? What is the top 20 cryptos doing? We showed a little bit about that. Just kind of wrapping things up. I don't know. I'm way behind. See, 8:05. Again, an hour behind. That is all he has left. A rock. And the funny thing is what it's named. And I'm not going to even name what it is. You know what it is. I step back 10 steps. I step back 10 steps forward. Max ISO bull run. God, LOL. Well, thank you, man. Let's see here. Yeah, thank you for that, Mr. Z Critical Fisherman, aka Jeff Pruden. All right. Patrick Collier. There's Patrick. Glad to see you, Patrick. All right, let's see here. Am I so far behind I can't hook Patrick up? There we go. And boom. There you go, Patrick. I got you a wrench. For any reason you need a higher level of wrench, let me know. Glad to do that. All right, let's see. F that stupid rock. Yeah. 589, baby. Nobody reached out to me. Oh, well, you got to keep in mind, man. It's been a hectic, crazy time. Well, there's a hectic, crazy time, but you guys still didn't reach out to me. That's a good point. Why didn't nobody reach out to B. Ricky? Yeah, that's true. Mike and I were going through a list earlier. We're thinking of like everybody. So I don't know. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. What LeBron said. Yeah. Anyway. All right, let's see here. Max Monday Energy. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Here's the thing. I had to make a new thumbnail, as you guys saw. And I had some pretty decent thumbnail. You know what I mean? Like I have my Dyor with Max, and it shows me without the hat, you know what I mean? And I'm smiling, and I have all these like cryptos, and it shows the background of the live. I like that one. And I try to edit it out with the thing in the top corner. I'm not gonna mention what that is. And what sucked was, by the way, I don't have to pick up this kid. He when I was putting a video, he he got a ride from his coworker or whatever. But I still need to wrap things up because I got some other stuff I got to do. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the thumbnails. So basically, it's like I had a thumbnail for every day of the week, and now I'm gonna have to make some new ones. So maybe that's good. Maybe it's good to fresh start, new thumbnails, all that stuff. So I'll try to get one for Monday through Friday. I'll probably announce it tomorrow. I'll just tell you guys a heads up real quick. Excuse me. Here's something I was thinking about, and I think this will help. Help you guys too, especially those of you on Twitter. I shared this with Mike for a brief moment. Here's the format. It's the same format, but what I'm thinking is this will be even more beneficial. This will allow you guys to share the stage. So a long time ago, Edward Vincent used to have a thing where we can go on stage on Discord, and then that's the person that I don't know what you call it, like this person's on stage, so nobody can really interrupt or whatever. I was thinking about finally doing a Twitter space, okay? But a scheduled Twitter space, because that one lady HTN, she always wanted to do a Twitter space, talk about JASMY and stuff like that. So here's what I'm thinking: instead of having a show every single day, I told you guys I didn't want to do Monday through Friday anymore. But what I was thinking about is this: Monday through Thursday, like I planned, it's going to be same time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. There's that 15-minute window. Sometimes it's at 9, sometimes at 9:15. You guys know how it goes. The other thing I was thinking is Friday, we'll do a Twitter space, right? So it helps you guys talk, also share the stage and stuff like that, not just me, because God knows I talk too much anyway. And then we'll come together and we talk about being, researchers, and we talk about being, sideline reporters. Like literally, like this is the time where you guys can shine as well, helps grow our community, helps keep other people informed. I think it'd be a good thing. That time will be different because, again, one of the main reasons why I didn't want to do a Friday show is because you got to keep in mind, like a lot of times, like some of my in-person friends, they want to get together at that time. And it's just like, well, I'm doing a show. And they're like, well, dude, I'm not going to wait till you get done with your show at 10 o'clock at night because you're doing a macho. One of my friends said, because you're doing a Macho Man Randy Savage, which he means a WrestleMania. And I understand that. So on Fridays, we're going to have to figure out a time that would be a lot earlier, but not too early. You know what I mean? Because, I do need to get back to work and, and get in the swing of things and so on. So I'm not thinking it's going to be like, 8 Eastern, because that's only an hour before, but I'm literally thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe 7 Eastern, something like that. It'll be earlier in the day. And I think that's going to be cool. And we'll make it like, I don't know, like an hour. It won't be like a WrestleMania, but maybe make it like an hour or something like that. And that way I can grow more on my YouTube or Twitter following, because obviously you guys know that's my goal. And I just think it helps benefit everybody. I mean, nice to see Edward has a lot of knowledge. Mike Cornwell. I just think it's a win-win for all of us. I don't know if Patrick wants to do it, Brian, Tim. I don't know what you guys want to do, but give you the opportunity to do it. So as you guys know, I've never done Twitter Space before. And you know how I talked about like the comfort zone thing. This is, the new fresh start, right? This is Max getting out of his Twitter space comfort zone, right? Now I need to try new things, So I welcome any of you guys, and you're all welcome to share the stage and, anything like that. So like Mr. OG Crypto, if you're even watching, if you got something you want to share, you're like, share it. That's what it's about. Look forward to doing it. Let's read a few more comments, and then we're going to wrap it up for sure, because we're right hitting the 3-hour mark in a bit. And for some people, it's like the show's too long. You got to keep in mind, like, this helps. The longer the show, more people watching, triggers, the whole thing of watch hours and so on. So, like, I need to do this. So hopefully people that are watching on the replay that understand that, like, okay, this makes sense. He needs to get his watch hours up and stuff. All right, let's go further down. We got Mr. Z. He says, Max, question, how many subs did you get just to tonight, bro, with this? I don't know yet. It won't give me the analytics until I shut everything off, and then I have to wait like maybe a couple hours for it to kind of catch up. I'll let you know. As far as concurrence, I think we got into the 40s. I think we're right in. I know at one point we were at 40 exactly. So that was cool. I mean, that was a great turnout for, like Mike Warren was saying. He was like, hey, even if it's just 10, that's great. So I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away with all this. I mean, I'm not ready to, fire up the fireplace. Why would I do that? It's too hot in Phoenix. But, get the champagne glasses on and so on. Nothing like that. But, yeah, it was pretty cool. You're golden. Well, you're golden too, man. And it was nice. I think obviously either LeGron or Edward or somebody like that reached out to you, and that was super cool, man. Welcome back. You know what I mean? Like that whole song, welcome back. Jeff Prudence back. Yeah, thank you. WTF you doing in Woodstock? I wouldn't put past Jeff Pruden. I mean, I've seen a picture of him once. He does look like he came straight from the 60s, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm busting your chops, all right? Anyway. All right, let's see here. Hey, Max, how about them Cowboys? We them boys. Hey, man, there you go. I mean, I don't have an official team. I don't know. I guess you could say I guess I do have a team. You guys are going to think this is pathetic, but, it's only because of my two best friends. And, yeah, my buddy Jerry, hardcore Arizona Cardinals fan, and my other friend Mike Wool, Cardinals fan. And I guess you could say last time they went to the Super Bowl, but I never grew up rooting for any specific team because I'm from Oregon, and out there it's mainly like baseball and basketball. But I guess I got to go with the Cardinals. But sorry, but yeah, man, if your Cowboys are doing well, great. I guess I don't know, man. Like when I look at old pictures of myself, my dad was like he was always rooting for the Cowboys back in the day, but we never got super into it. I mean, like there's an old picture of me with a Cowboys jersey on when I was a kid, but I didn't know what the heck it was all about. But NBA stuff, you better believe I did. Oh yeah, I was watching that all the way back when Bird and Magic and all them were playing. But anyway, congratulations to you, man. Hey man, right on. J-Rod, hey Max, will you talk about Caspa in the near future? Yes, I will talk about in the near future. I need to get some Caspa, and I will get some Caspa. If you guys are wondering, I'm just going to be blunt, okay? Like, you guys know that I'm well reinvested into crypto. I've had a lot of financial. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, I'm a human being too. Larry, God, I can't believe you know who Alf mentioned in the past. Like, don't mention any of that stuff. It makes us look bad. I'm a human being, and I don't play by his rules anymore. So I've had some kind of, I should say financial hardship, but it's, what do you call it? Like, unexpected bills. I mean, a lot of hospital bills to help my dad out with, and that adds up. The air conditioner going out, that was like, $10,500. It sucked. I remember when air conditioners were like $7,000 or something. Supply chain, ever since COVID, everything's gone way up. You guys seen it, right? So it was like, even my car air conditioner went out. It was like both literally went out at the same time. So it was like, what would I go with? Air conditioner of the car, air conditioner of the house. I live in Phoenix. Yeah, you better believe I am picking air conditioner of the house. As you guys also know, I think it was like 2022. I had air conditioner problems, and that was just like patching it up and so on. Now I got a brand new air conditioner. I'm so glad I did. Yeah, it's, I would like to buy a lot more stuff. My other thing is that some people say, why don't you just sell some of your crypto and switch things around? I don't do that. I do not sell my crypto for a loss. I never have. I never will. Yeah, I got some money thrown in cash, but my thing is this. I want to get a decent sized bag. And I know some people say, well, then just DCA. You're right. I probably will do that. I'll probably just get a decent sized bag. And I do look forward to talking about Caspa, but I need to be able to bring that energy. I need to be able to bring that knowledge. There's a lot of the content creators that cover it, and I'm not trying to justify it to the point where it's like, like Crypto Sean does an excellent job covering Caspa. Some other content creators and so on. So I want to know what I'm talking about. Yes, I have researched Caspa, but not to the point where like some of these other guys have. I need to know. I need to bring it. You know what I mean? Like I need to. My thing is this, and I think you guys know this. I try to bring you guys value. You guys try to bring as a community value. I'm not gonna just be another guy who talks about it just because I want to talk about it. I need to bring it. So I will get there. I have not forgotten about Caspa. I've seen the chart for the year up over 600%, and it really stands out. And yeah, trust me when I say, yeah, I know that there's over $28,000 worth of crypto that I could put in for everything I want. And I've added this up. Obviously, Caspa is one of them. Caspa, ICP, Cosmos. I don't know, there's a few others, right? It's just like must own crypto, right? Caspa is literally on that short list of like 5. So I do look forward to talking about it. But I just don't want people thinking it's going to be like tomorrow. Okay. And based off that report that we had at the beginning of the show, I don't think you were here at the beginning of the show, J-Rod. Those also play factors as well. Because, I mean, let's face it, we all try to catch the bottom if we can. Most of us don't, right? And if anything, I might be glad that I waited for a while. You know what I mean? And we all could say that about a lot of things. I mean, I got the bottom at like, GRT, the graph, audio, some other things, right? Anyway, this chat alone is full of content for sure. Thank you, River. Glad to see that you found the channel. I know there's only about 14 people watching right now because we're winding down, and it's a long show. But you guys got to keep it. For those of you guys who are still watching, you understand why it's a long show. I got to do long shows. I got to be able to get those watcher hours back up. So for some people that are criticizing it, hey, I'm sorry, but I mean, if you really appreciate the content and understand like the crap that we've had to go through, I think you understand why. All right, about 100 since he announced that was moving here a couple days ago. Yeah, last I checked, it said like 79, but I mean, that might be old analytics. Maybe it's higher than that. I'll try to see the report here by, give you guys like an update tomorrow. Okay. Oh yeah, I saw a picture of you in that regard. All right, let's see here. Giver's gain. Old lady at Walgreens today. I paid for her stuff. She cried. I did too. That's sweet of you, Burke. That's awesome. You're a good man, man. We need more good men in this world. That's awesome, Burke. You want to hear another thing that's kind of weird? I got on Steam, digital gaming platform, and this kid was hitting me up for like 6 months because I have a whole bunch of Battlefield Bad Company 2 CD keys or whatever. Because back in the days you could buy like a 4-pack. So I bought like a 4-pack. Like you buy 4, you get 1 free, and it was like for like $5 a piece. Anyway, I finally came on, and this guy sent me this thing. He's like, "Hey, I'd like to trade you," and I'm like, "You want to know something? Like, I don't really see myself needing anything that this kid is going to offer me, and all this stuff has been doing is just sitting there, and this kid wants to use it to like make a little profit." And I was just like, you know what, the heck with it, man. I was just said, hold on a second, I'll make you a better offer so you can make 100% profit. And you don't know what I'm talking about. This is a kid from the Middle East or something like this, right? So I had I don't know, an extra 12 keys. I gifted this kid I think it was 8, anywhere from 6 to 8 of these keys. And I said, here you go. I was like, you just made 100% profit. Go ahead and sell these if you want. And he's just like, oh my God, I don't even know who you are, but thank you so much. He was like, is there anything I can do for you? And I was just like, yeah, you don't know me, but say a prayer for my dad, that he'll get better and so on. And he was like, I will. And you know what? It felt good. And I was just like, it just brought me joy to give a random stranger, a smile on his face in my own way. So I'm glad that you guys do it. You do it as well, Burke. That's awesome, man. That is so cool. Guys, we back. Welcome back, man. I mean, for real, welcome back. Yeah, we are back. We are back. Yeah, it is on my list. J Rod, thank you for being here. I mean, you guys got to keep in mind. I mean, I have hit my goals on a lot of things, but and technically speaking, I mean, I still have quite a bit of that. Turning the 10K to 120, right? So that's 110K in profit. Reinvested 78K. But you gotta keep in mind, it's just like I'm not exactly. There's an expression. It's like you shouldn't, put all your assets back in crypto. Some people are like, you should have 5% here. 5, that's them. Like, how I said, you're gonna do you. I'm gonna do me. And for me, it's like I added it all up one day. Everything I have on my watch list, not everything like garbage. And I said to myself, for me to realistically get everything that I want, it's going to be $25,000 to $30,000 worth more of crypto, or more of buying into some of this stuff. And it's just like, I should just stack more of what I have. And so for a while, I was like, that's good. Stack more of what you have. Get more XCC, get more QNT, XRP, all this stuff, right? JASMY. Hit my goals in JASMY. Now I have new goals for JASMY. Now I have new goals for QNT. You get where I'm coming from. Sharks only channel. All right, let's see here. You tried to tell your brother about crypto, but he doesn't believe, so whatever. Oh, he'll believe, like I was telling whoever it was earlier, he'll believe when you have, I don't know how much you put into it, and that's not the point, but whether it's you or whoever, right? Everybody will believe when they start hitting us up for money. Hey brother, I saw that you made a bunch of money in that crypto. Man, how about you help a brother out? Yeah, well, I did try to help a brother out. I introduced generational wealth to you, and you didn't take it serious. Now that you've seen I made it, now you're hitting me up. And you better believe, guys, let's just be honest. I don't mean no disrespect. We're going to have people who have literally they're going to be coming out of the woodwork. There's going to be people that you didn't even knew about you anymore who are going to be hitting you up. I mean, can we all agree on that? We might not agree on everything. I think we can agree on that. I know for a fact that people who I haven't talked to for over 5 years, I'm all of a sudden going to get people knocking on my door, or somehow got my phone number, or some of you guys still use Facebook, this guy that I haven't even seen since high school or some damn thing, all of a sudden friend request. Why is that? Oh, I see what's going on. You know what I mean? They saw my picture. They saw hey man, this guy really does have he has a 61 and he's got a 1960 Impala. He's got a 64 Impala. He's got a he's got the bubble top. He's got he's got a 57 Chevy Bel Air. He's got a 1948 Ford convertible. He's got Biff Tannen's 48 Ford, stuff like that. How do you do that? Oh, I see he's really into crypto. You know what I'm saying? People will literally come out of the woodwork. I think it's to be expected, and that's just the way it is. That's the way of the world. All right, let's see here. Just not working can't be my idea of a vacation. I guess. Yeah, that's a good point. I did get one friend to put some money into both JASMY and XRP. Was happy about that, but everyone thinks I'm nuts. You know what? Everybody thought somebody was nuts who invested into BTC. for when it was $100 a BTC or $5 a BTC or whatever. Look how that turned out, right? Nobody believes it until it happens. You know? All right. This is definitely not the last bull market. You believe that's definitely not going to be the last bull market? Huh. All right. Brian Dowie says, after this utility run, everything changes forever. That's true. Max update. Watch hours are up. Oh, thank you, man. 52.8. Huh. Nice. $14 million club QNT. 14 million QNT plus utility. Hell yeah. Pay attention to QNT. I'm just being honest, man. You guys, like, I mean, maybe you think it's just, you're just saying this because you're a content creator, Max. No, I'm not saying that. Quant Papa has real info with real everything. And I understand, like, you know, do the NDAs and stuff, but some of the research that he shared with me is just unbelievable. I mean, obviously he's sharing things with me that, you know, of things that it's just like, I guess he can share with me or whatever. But yeah, I'm just stating, you know, Quant, in my opinion, is the one. I mean, there's obviously other ones that are the one, like XRP, but we're going to be priced out of the Quant, man. It's already scarce. It's going to become more scarce. I do want to find out more info in regards to like the lockup, because that would make it even that, you know, more, have more supply and demand and make it more scarce. You remember in 2019, ETH was under $100. Yeah, my God. Just got off the phone with Badir, aka Crypto Winner. That's cool. How's he doing? I was talking about me, but love your spin on it. Oh, that's funny. All right. Let me go further down. I'm going to see if we got anything else. I love that Max knows Little House on the Prairie episodes. Only a big-hearted guy would. Well, I grew up with that stuff, man. I mean, and it's a good show, man. You know, I don't know, man. I mean, when you're a kid and stuff, I mean, it's like, are my parents going to watch the same stuff I'm watching? No. Am I going to watch the same stuff they're watching? Sometimes. It's a good family show. You come together and you watch, you can agree on it. You know what I mean? Like, I used to watch Gunsmoke back in the day, The Rifleman back in the day, Baba Black Sheep back in the day, Little House on the Prairie. I did watch a little bit of the Waltons, but never got really into it. But Little House on the Prairie, yeah, I would definitely say that was our thing. There's some other shows and so on. And then as I got older in my teens, there's other shows that they didn't watch that I watched. Like, you want to know what my all-time favorite cop show is? I mean, there's a few. Oh, man. New York Undercover. They were bringing New York Undercover back. Like, you guys might not see me as much, you know. I'm just saying. I mean, like, New York Undercover was an awesome show. Had a hip-hop element to it. New York Undercover, baby. That's where it was at. Right? So, yeah, I mean, you know, you get older, you get into other things, right? And I'm still very bitter over Nas's show that was on Netflix, The Get Down. You know, that was canceled after 2 seasons, right? Like, I'm still bitter about that, you know, because, I mean, the way I look at it, that show started off, I think, in the year was 1977, and then the second season was 1978. And then it could have went easily into like the late 80s and early 90s. And no, they had to get canceled. So whatever. For some reason, crypto is going up now. Put out the chart. Yeah, it is going up. I did show you guys the chart a little bit. You know, 1.03 trillion. I did show that earlier. You know, you got to keep in mind, I'm like an hour behind. Anybody has to go. I totally understand. Guys, I'm out. Is Max doing another live show on Wednesday? Yep, the schedule is Monday through Thursday, the YouTube shows, which also stream on Twitter. And then Friday will be Twitter Spaces. But I will also reserve the idea that, like, maybe something happens. I can't make every Twitter Space, but that's going to try to be our new schedule. I've had people like 2-Bit reach out to me because in the past, you know, when I was with the previous guy, Alf, you know, he wanted me to get with him and so on. I still want to do that. And I don't expect 2-Bit to stay up to the times that we were at because it'll be super late for him. So I think he does a show like on Saturday. I have to get with him and say, hey, you want to do like a Saturday show where I come on with you at some point. But yeah, there's a few other people that want me to still collaborate with them. I still need to do a collaboration with Ted of Lift Capital. I mean, I know I mentioned that for a while, but there's some other people. Then we need to invite some people back. Shauna Crypto Smith has reserved that he wants to be the first person back on the show. I know Waddy wants to come on. Might go on his show at some point. And then Tokenizer, I want to get him back on. There's some other people too. So I also want to invite Space Chick. I mean, I'm not into Volt, but I've been on her show a few times, and I always kind of felt bad I never invited her to come on the show. But there's other things, as you guys know, and I just didn't feel right about it. But she's into Hedera. I think she's into Quant, and I think it'd be nice to have her on. And she's a lovely lady, right? She's a friend and so on, and it'd be nice to have old Space Chick on here at some point too. All right, let's see here. Let's go down. Maybe we're towards the bottom. I don't know. Maybe we don't need to be at the bottom. Maybe I just need to wrap it up. Brian, they are rebranding. Let's see here. I think most of you guys are gone by this point. No problem. What's your opinion after all the drama lately with Ben? Do you really think he is sorry about cheating on his wife, and did BitBoy lose his edge in the crypto game? I don't know. I don't know the situation, but I do know this: the devil will attack you when you're most vulnerable, and I think that's what happened with him. I'm just being real. You could be at the top of the mountain and doing everything. I mean, he was at the top of the mountain. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not going to judge him. I know some people like him, some people don't. I never had anything against him. I mean, yeah, he's a little cocky. But maybe it's what comes with the territory when you get that big. I know I say that I would never be that cocky. I don't think I would be, but I mean, how do I know that? You know what I mean? Like, all I know is I do feel bad about his situation. I'm not saying I'm going to pray for him every day because I don't really know him, but I mean, I guess I would say a prayer for him, that I hope things, like, he could turn things around. He's got his wife stuck by him, which is awesome, very admirable. I just hope that he's genuine, like you said, about it, and I hope that he's able to, say everything. It's his family. I mean, he has got kids and stuff. I mean, I was fortunate, but my parents, they had ups and downs. My grandparents had ups and downs. They were married for like 63 years before they both passed away of cancer. Same with my parents. I mean, they still be married if my mom didn't pass away of cancer, 42 years. But everybody has their ups and downs. But I mean, I'm not saying that like my grandparents and my parents had an affair. That obviously never happened. But people can change. I guess you could say everybody needs a second chance. I don't know the situation. Some people say once a cheater, always a cheater. Always a cheater. I mean, I've been cheated on. I wasn't married. But I was in a relationship many years ago, over 20 years ago. My girlfriend, she cheated on me with my friend. You know what I mean? It sucks, right? Maybe some of you guys have had been in a situation, but I don't know the situation. I don't want to necessarily judge him without knowing, because I don't know him. It's hard to say, As far as him being a piece of crap, if that's what you're asking me, like somebody else we know, I don't think there's any comparisons. So let's just leave it at that. All right. Like what Brian Dowie is saying, right? Yep. There you go. I'm not going to highlight that comment though. If that's too deep for the first show, go ahead. Nah, that's all right. That's all right. I'm glad. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Max got all these followers because of really, dude? Okay. That's all right. I guess, I don't know if you're trolling me with that. I'm not gonna get mad at you. That's all right. You're entitled to your own opinion. All right. Thank you. You're gonna fight me if you quit. Based on the picture, I don't know if I want that, man. You know what I mean? Like like a nicer version of Big Suge Knight or something. Like, like I don't know if I want that, but I get what you're saying. All right. Who's Alf? Yeah. Taggy's at 852. I'll see in a bit. All right. All right. Hold on a second. No problem, Mr. Dowie at 903. Gone a long time ago. There's a lot of good comments here. How do we get that one-on-one with the notorious QNT? Just came. That was cool. That was pretty cool. Let's push this bad boy to the limit. I got a Monster Jam rally next week. Y'all gotta share the channel. True. Minaloguar, hey man. Awesome. Glad to have you here, man. Please smash that like. Please make sure that you subscribe. Please smash that, the bell notification. I really I'm glad you found the channel, man. Guys, give Minaloguar, before we wrap things up. We're a community, and I want you guys to do this if you don't mind. I want you to check this guy out. This guy's cool as hell, especially like Neo X Tricks. Let me share his. So this is another great JASMY content creator, deep dive researcher. I'm gonna come out of the frame for a moment. We obviously follow each other, but you can follow him at Mena, as an MENELAGUAR. But look at this stuff that he does for JASMY, man. I mean, look at all this stuff. The semiconductors. Thank you for reposting that, my friend. I really appreciate that. And then he's got like all sorts of other stuff here. But I mean, you got a lot of content that you obviously post. Where the heck? I thought it was. Yeah, let's share some of this stuff. I mean, look at this. Yeah, the semiconductor thing. I don't know. I could have sworn I saw a lot more, but yeah, give him a follow, man. I mean, he's got 238 followers and needs some more followers. Really good content creator. So I'm gonna come back into the frame. All right. The Twitter space idea, Max fired. Yeah, thanks, man. And you could share the stage too. Nice to be at Max New Journey at Ascent to Ascending. This is your first show, right? Amazing, man. Yeah, well, first on the new channel. Yep. Let's see here. I want to open a space after the show. You can if you want. I totally probably should eat something. Not what happened. I followed your channel how long ago and got your notification. Just stopped by. Super glad I did. Love you, man. Glad you have your wings now. Oh, that didn't happen. They didn't reach out to you. Oh. Brady with the butterflies. Nah, I can't do that because eventually it'll turn off because StreamYard will see that nobody's like doing a stream. And it'll shut it off eventually. I can't because of StreamYard. So for one, it has a mechanism in it. Like if there's nobody on the screen for so long, I don't know if it's 20 minutes or something like that, it cuts off. And then YouTube has something for like an anti-algorithm, whatever it is, so people can't manipulate their watch time. I looked into some of this stuff earlier. I don't know, but we'll get it. And if anything, it'll be all organic, which that's what I want. I want it to be organic. Max, what do you think of the new Final Fantasy 16? I haven't played it. I'm sure it's awesome though. All right, let's see here. Magic Guy did. Don't get a fat head, Max. Max is the next Tucker of crypto. I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to interview people who claim they had, MBS with the former president or something. Like that's just, ugh. I had to turn that off after 20 minutes. It kind of grossed me out, but Yeah, I don't need no MBS up in here. All right, Ted with Lift Capital is like the crypto preacher, starts and ends his show with prayer and shares scripture. Collab with, yeah, I mean, he's a good guy, man. I really like him. I mean, he like knows a ton on XDC especially. All right, thank you for that. And I don't want to highlight anything in regards to that guy, no offense. All right. Yeah, see, sharing Michael Montclair's channel too. Brittany, you have a lovely night as well. Thank you for all your support. And I think we're going to wrap things up. Bro, you could talk to Sam Bankman-Fried and tell him what? I don't know. That'll be interesting. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific for more Maximus Crypto. Yeah, I know I'm getting used to saying that. So, are you not entertained? That's funny. Are you not entertained? I have to think about that one. All right. Hopefully, everybody got their wrenches who deserved a wrench. Let's double checking real quick. I'm going to refresh the other screen. And what do we have? Bro, you could talk to Sam Bankman. Nope. All right. You rock, night, brother. Thank you, man. Nilo B, thanks for showing up. GS, all you guys. I think for the most part, you guys got your wrenches. And yeah, I mean, boom, boom, boom. There's all these hearts. 100%. Max, plug the Twitter space. All right, let's see if there's a Twitter space. Let me give you a plug for the Twitter space. Michael Cornwell status. All right, let me see. All right, let me pull this up for a second. The Twitter space. Where is your Twitter space? How come I'm not seeing your Twitter space? Am I missing something? All right, let me just hold on. Copy link. All right, hold on a second, Mike. Oh, it ended. Oh, shucks. All right, my bad. Well, anyway. Yep, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you again tomorrow. So thank you so much. I know 3.5 hours, but won't be like that all the time. I'm thinking about maybe 2.5 probably would be the norm, right? Sayonara from the Rice Crop Consortium. Let's go, right? Mr. Dingy, did you get off of here because your data plan already? You know, Mr. Dinyo, Mr. Dingy, Mr. Rice Crop Consortium? Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, you redid it. Oh, boy. All right. Hold on a second, man. This is just for Mike Cornwell and only Michael Cornwell. No, I'm kidding. I still don't see anything, Mike. Let me see. Oh, okay. All right. Hold on a second. I see it now. This is for Mr. Michael Cornwell. It says Community Crypto Talk. Go check it out. He could be followed over at MiCheal Cornwell. He's Crypto Mike. And I'm going to go ahead and repost this. So there you go. So yeah, check it out if you choose to do so. You may hear him talk about all sorts of crazy things, but some of it will be pretty serious too. So, all right, you guys have a great night. I'm going to heat up my other half of my crispy duck. You know, I got some duck the otof night, and instead of getting half of a duck, I literally got a whole duck. So yeah, but you know what they forgot? They forgot my duck sauce, and it's just not as good. So I'm kind of disappointed in regards to that. All right, forget about my duck. Have a great night, everybody, and welcome back, Mr. Prudent. Peace out. Sayonara.